tell you about that.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dragons in the Dining Room. We are, of course, because it's Sunday, running just a touch late, like normal.
She's wearing
It looks like my camera is slightly off.
I didn't know we were supposed to do that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
What's
I
that?
didn't realize she was going to put that dress on either.
Hey, there we go.
We were supposed to wear dresses.
It was comfy and I didn't want to wear pants.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to wear a dress.
Yeah.
You can't wear a dress because you wear one better than me.
Oh, okay.
Because we know where ours are,
So, again, we are running a touch late, but Sundays tend to be that way for us because we have all sorts of craziness going on in the mornings. We are happy to welcome back Miss Darian, who did absolutely fantastic at Nationals.
I don't know what kind of universe you're living in, but I'm just glad I survived.
So
are we. We were taking bets.
You managed to spar the #1 seed in Nationals
Well, in my weight bracket,
in your bracket and walked away on your own.
Yeah.
With nothing broke.
Yep, and when I did go to the med tent, it was just to get ice for my elbow, and that's it.
Right. So you did absolutely fantastic for your first time at Nationals.
Yes.
Nothing like throwing me to the wolves, people. Jeez.
Right.
Like, seriously.
Hey, it sounds like everybody at Nationals did well.
Everybody got
From our dojo.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Almost everybody that competed from any of our like kung fu dojo games, most of us lost by point gap.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So we are running. What are we running today? We are running Sand and Magic today.
Don't ask that. You're the DM.
The one we can't abbreviate.
Yeah, well, we could, but it'd give the wrong impression to a lot of people.
Well, we could also do magic and M&S.
No, it wouldn't work that way.
Magic and sand.
No, it wouldn't work that way. It doesn't have the same ring to it. Sand and Magic has such a wonderful ring to it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, running around telling people that we play SNL every Sunday.
Where's the
Alright.
As the entire table's like, hey, I'm sensing a theme here. Oh wait.
That's not fish friendly.
For those of you who are uninitiated to what Sand and Magic is all about,
thank you for that, Doreen. What?
This is an Egyptian-themed game that I am literally making up on the fly. I have been doing all sorts of research to make sure that I at least have enough Egyptian knowledge to make myself sound intelligent and make anybody who knows Egyptian mythology groan every time I make a comment. What has happened so far, and I'm going to do a bit of a recap so that Miss Darian can catch back onto what's going on. Nice! That's from grabbing the...
yeah, from the clock.
My friends are awesome.
Oh?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
No, my other friend. You guys aren't half bad sometimes, but my other friends are really awesome too. I'm kidding.
I see
Where's
how
our
you
card?
brain.
S&M without gas.
I don't think you guys could.
What was the last thing you remember from what we were doing?
Me?
Yeah, you, because you've been gone for a few days.
Well, I remember being told what part of what happened.
I'm asking what you remember
What I
so that I can
remember?
get as much of a recap.
What I remember from when I was there.
Yeah, before you ended up taking every weekend off because you were getting your butt whooped.
Yeah. Very thoroughly too. I remember fighting I remember meeting Grug and fighting these scorpion creepy ladies.
The followers of Vapet?
Yeah, and skeletons.
Okay.
And
Do you remember the wax statue? I don't think she was
She
here.
wasn't
No,
here.
that
She
was
was
last session.
So,
We ended with, we had just finished the fight, went back to the main room, healed everyone.
and that's where she dipped out. Okay. After fighting those three and finding the giant room with the pool, you guys rested and started to explore a little bit. Somebody by the name of Grug decided he really wanted to go for a dip.
Never heard of them.
And he dove into that pool and immediately vanished. No ripple in the water, no nothing.
great, another one of those.
The rest of you tried to figure out what was
Who
going.
smells like mint?
Probably one of those two.
You're lucky. You're cute.
The rest of
Do
the
you know
group
mint?
tried to figure out what was going on and had a few
You're
different
fine.
hijinks trying to get people back from the pool. and eventually found out that it wasn't working. You can sit in this chair.
I might.
Make me too nauseous.
Eventually, everybody had to chose to jump into the pool,
It's not your fault.
and it brought you guys all to another place. You went through an inverted variant of the place you had just searched.
That's weird.
Like when Mister goes to the shadow realm.
Similar. The only difference is the Shadow Realm in Lorimir is the ethereal plane.
This is just all kinds of
This is different.
I'm so sorry.
As you traveled through the inverted temple, you found a room with the missing prisoner and some sort of ritual being done to him. Just as you guys finished up defeating all of the baddies in that room, which turned out to be a really nasty fight and almost killed you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My dice do not like you.
It was almost cat bad.
It was. But when the ritual finished, the prisoner that you guys were trying to rescue had turned into wax. Yeah, completely made out of wax.
That's
and a certain little halfling decided to behead the wax.
Oh my god, yeah, and then burned him.
That wasn't me, by
It
the
was
way.
kind of brutal.
I kind of.
It's pretty evil.
And
It wasn't evil. I was trying to make sure he couldn't be used for whatever purpose, and I thought maybe never mind.
so after all of those shenanigans,
No evil yet.
the group started to search the rest of the temple because they couldn't use the pool to get back. There was no water in it. And there's no water in any water skins. There's no water anywhere.
Of course not.
It's like Hotel California.
And eventually you made your way to what appeared to be the exit of this temple. Opening up the door, you saw a landscape that was dead. Trees that had no leaves, they were kind of odd looking. There was no grass, no foliage, no nothing. Everything seemed barren. And as you were looking out, you saw these pillars that were 6 feet in the air, and on top of each of these pillars was a wax statue, much similar to what happened to the prisoner that got transformed.
Poor Jeff.
And they were all like candles, a wick lit on top of them.
That's crazy.
As you also looked out, you saw many denizens walking around. Some of them looked like mummies, some of them looked like the desiccated, dehydrated creatures that you had fought. Just all sorts of strangeness. And you all backtracked back into the temple trying to figure out what to do. And as you were conversing with each other, everything in the world shifted around you. And where we pick up is where this left off, as in front of you formed the image of this palatial room with a enormous throne. And sitting on this throne is a giant of a figure that is almost all man, with the exception of from the shoulders up, you see a hooded cobra.
Reverse tentacle, fantastic.
And he he looked at you. Welcome to the underworld. Welcome to the throne room of Apep.
Yay!
And this is where you guys pick up. You have just been greeted by Apep.
I am going to have my axe in front of me and kind of stand in the front of the group as protectively as possible.
Isn't she cute thinking she can fight a god?
Well, I don't think I could actually fight you, but maybe give them a chance to... Can you let... How we get out of here? If it please you. Even if it doesn't.
You're not
Cool.
even supposed to be here.
There
The
was this...
living do not belong in the underworld. Duvat is meant for the transition, the trials to weigh the heart. For those who are dead, you are not.
What's that mean?
There was
Way
a,
hot.
uninitiated.
What's he mean?
You do not worship our deities. You do not worship me. You do not worship us.
No, today's the first day I've heard of you.
No offense,
No
man.
offense.
She's adopted. She doesn't know any better.
When one dies, they come to Debat, and they go through the trials, traveling further and further through the underworld. And when they finally finish their journey, their heart is weighed against a feather of Maat. If their heart weighs more than a feather, they are not allowed to transcend into Maat's world. If their heart is lighter than a feather, they are judged worthy.
I see.
How does a heart weigh less than a feather?
I think it's a magical scale.
Are you one who is pure or one who is evil? If your heart is evil, then it will weigh more than a feather of Maat.
I don't think any of us are evil.
Oh, no. However, this does bode interesting. The living are not supposed to be here, which means the rumors and whispers that we have heard must be true, and it may explain why Ra is so angry.
What rumors?
Death is not working as it should.
I know a lot of dead people.
There's a pool, and when you fall into it, you end up here.
Yes.
People being kidnapped and gone bloop through the pool and then turned into giant candles.
He wasn't kidnapped. He was dead.
Jeff? That's what we're calling him, right? Like, sorry.
Yes, Jeff.
You did this.
To hear an Egyptian god say,
Not to be confused with Jaffa.
dun, dun.
He was dead. And the only reason he walked is because, as I said, death is not working as it should.
But wait, he was
I
with
said-
Jeff.
He's not dead.
Well, you know, maybe since this is just a big mistake, you should just show us the way out of here. There's got to be a door.
There it is.
We'll just get out of your head.
He doesn't have any.
We'll get out of your scales.
There you go. You might as well at least be anatomically correct.
You'd probably be the only one who's very much respectful to the deities of your land.
That's true. Sir.
We did
You're
not
awful.
kidnap him. I sent my minions to gather him up so that he may transcend and go through the trials.
Oops.
His soul was already lost, which is why the ritual. It seems that there is a being that is capable of devouring souls so that ours cannot go through the trials.
God.
Is that what
the Death Eaters.
Phileo Toad Rectory?
Yes, the Phileo Toad Rectory. It's when we met this dragon too, and he told us the same thing because our city went woof like that, and this thing was walking, and when it touched someone, they shriveled. It's like he sucked the very essence out, and then there was this portal with these symbols, and we fell through it, and we came here, and then there was a pool, and he went through it, and we tried to save him, and now we're here, sir.
Actually, I think we kind of jumped through that portal. We didn't necessarily fall, because fall means accident.
You adopted.
Either which way,
The elf man
Don't
speaks.
forget-
it's the lich.
Don't forget your reason for being in that temple.
Do you remember your reason for being here?
Like, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't.
She got kicked in the head a few too
You
many
were-
I
times.
did.
You were in a group that was sent to that temple to make sure that nobody desecrated it, and found out that it had already been desecrated, and while you were trying to figure out what damages and what relics and artifacts were taken from the temple, you ended up triggering a trap and found yourself with the rest of the party who had desecrated the temple before they found you. Do you remember all that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We desecrated the
You
temple.
desecrators.
No, a certain somebody who would happen to be your brother desecrated the temple.
Desiccated or desecrated
Oh.
or defecated? They're all very different.
Is that because he stole things from the sarcophagi?
And blew the freaking time clock up.
Oh yeah.
Say that all happened
My brother.
before I even joined.
Just
So I don't
before you
remember.
It seems.
See, I was trying to figure out how it worked, and he just kind of blew it up because it wasn't working.
It seems that we have something aligned. And unfortunately, if we do not, as much as I want to defeat him, if we do not fix the troubles that Ra is having, we may have even more troubles through the world than we can handle. Osiris is also not very pleased with this.
Osiris.
The father of all gods.
Oh, great. Great. We pissed off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't us.
This Death Eater,
Sounds like it comes back to him in his Phileoto directory.
it seems that he must be taken care of.
Yeah.
If he is not, then Ra cannot finish his journey. If Ra does not finish his journey, then the world will suffer.
Oh God.
So what should we do?
I'm sure you have noticed that it has been strangely warm.
I've been in a cage for several weeks. didn't
Even before this, you have
we? Yep,
noticed.
it's warm. It's more global warming.
Ra cannot move his chariot to do it because of this Death Eater. The sun has not been able to descend as it properly should. It never got back while you guys were there.
Oh. Huh.
Something you guys hadn't noticed yet.
I didn't know I was in a cage.
You were in a cage. These three
Yeah.
had been traveling around, and you guys never once
Yeah.
noticed that the sun.
What's
had
your
yet to
What's your
set.
excuse? I've been in a cage doing God knows what with who knows what.
We don't even know that we're on the same planet. I mean,
Earth.
what's
IRTH, Earth.
I mean, for all we know, we're on some
Yeah.
weird plane that doesn't have like.
Currently,
Nice.
you're in the underworld.
Well, yes, I understand that, but I meant before that.
There may be a way for you to return back. I am not capable of just sending you. You must make your way through the pool.
Mm.
We tried that.
No,
No,
you have yet to try to go through the pool.
you gotta go through
The
another pool.
pool we came through or a different one?
That is simply a doorway. Here,
Oh.
it works in one direction.
Now we gotta find a way out.
There is another pool on the other side of this realm.
Of course.
However, as he snaps his finger,
I hate that.
the room changes.
Maybe he does a little clap.
Thank
Like
you,
that?
because that has
Like that.
no effect.
As he snaps his finger, you notice
I'm gonna go stir
the room changes one more time, and there is this large well in about a dozen feet away from you guys. And you can see these people ranging from looking kind of hale and healthy to the dehydrated husks that you had fought in earlier.
Gross.
And all of them are carrying a bucket. As they dip the bucket in the water, they pull it out, and you notice that water is very slowly dripping out of little cracks and holes in the wood that makes this bucket up. And as soon as they do, they turn and start walking. And you can see these trails of water going away from the well. They trying to take water to the harvest. They were farmers, they were hands, they were workers.
Sorry.
They toiled in the fields, they toiled in the mines, and now they must toil one more time. They have a plot of land that they must make crops grow. As you can see, getting water there is difficult. I'm sure you already noticed that you have no water on your person either.
No.
That is the task associated to this challenge. The destination you are seeking is 100 yards in that direction. There is a pool, much similar to the one that you found earlier. If you can put one bucket of water in it, it will activate the doorway, and you can go back to the land of the living. And he waves his hand, and you see 4 buckets appear. Good luck.
Can we use our own buckets?
I will take the bucket, scoop up the water, pour the water into my water skin, and then carry it that way.
Okay.
If the bucket's leaky and my water skin isn't,
Okay.
Yeah.
I pour it, and then I run
Okay.
with my water skin.
What do the rest of you guys do?
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill up my bucket and then refrost it
Okay.
to freeze
Blech.
the water.
That's smart.
When they fill up their water
Stupid
skin,
elf.
does water actually stay in it?
I'm acting in the exact moment right now before you guys see the results.
I will pause for a moment and
And watch.
analyze what everyone is doing.
Gotcha. Alright.
It's not that big.
So the 2 of you little ladies
Mm-hmm.
fill up your water skins and
Sorry, I'm
start booking it.
Frozen in place because I just saw my death god. So
You guys start booking it down toward the pool that Apep had pointed out to you. 2 things start to become immediately clear.
Right.
First thing is you have to make your way through a bit of a square, as it were. Some of these dried up trees that you have to navigate around. And then as soon as you get past the edge of the square, you notice that there is tilled farmland as far as the eye can see. And the first step you take into this tilled farmland, you immediately feel as everything gets hotter. It is easily 50 degrees hotter than standing next to that well. So you're talking 90, 95 degrees.
Whew.
Yeah, it's a bit on the warm side.
Yeah.
There is no wind, there is no sun, there is no humidity. It is just heat. You can see the waves of heat rising up off the ground. As you book it, you get about 15, 20 feet into this tilled farmland, and I need the both of you to roll a perception check. Oh god, that is so cool. There is just one little tiny beam of light that's hitting the bag of snacks I have here, and it's at just the right angle. It looked like light was coming through from a flashlight on the inside
Raw?
of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, right there.
that's
It almost
cool.
looks like a flashlight's coming in.
It does. That's funny.
Alright, what did the 2 of you ladies roll?
24.
10.
10. Outstanding.
I just replaced my D20.
Katie.
Yeah.
Katie.
Yeah.
You.
No wonder he's so confused.
You're running. The only thing that you really notice is the tilled land. You guys have been in gardens and whatnot, and when you step on those little mounds that they make when you till, they tend to displace very
Yeah.
easily. You notice that every time you do that, it almost feels like you get a bit of a push for each step. And as you're looking down, you notice that the land forms right back up underneath your foot as you lift your foot. So it's almost like you get a little tiny spring in your step.
Cool! Kita, step on the dirt kebabs!
The earth seems to be reforming into whatever place it was before you did it. You, as she hollers this out, take a look down and see the same thing, but you also notice a little trickle of wet land following behind where you and your sister had been running. Wow, I have too many of these. Ash. You cast Ray of Frost on your bucket, and you start running. You're not too far behind these two girls. As a matter of fact, you catch up to them relatively quick because they have short legs.
Robbie in my own chair.
40 speed.
And
What's your 40 speed?
Mobile.
as you make your way into the tilled land, about the time you hear the two of them making their exchange, they're about 10-15 feet behind you. You turn to look at them and you notice that the permafrost that was on the bucket is starting to fade. And you still have easily 90 yards to go before you get to the pool.
I'm gonna keep Ray of Frosting because it's a cantrip.
You see all of that happen.
Where are all the people going that were?
Various directions.
They're just all over the place. So they're not going in the direction that we're going. They're not trying to fill up the lake
No.
or the pool.
All the ones that you see there are all heading out towards some field. It seems that all of them are oblivious to what you guys are doing. As a matter of fact, they seem oblivious to you.
Can't even see us.
As you're standing there watching this happen, one of the people walks by you and actually bumps into you. It's a gentle bump, not the whole aggressive get out of my way thing. It's just a gentle bump, and their head doesn't even turn.
Oh.
I am confused. I'm confused. Well, I will fill up my bucket. Does my bucket leak like everyone else's bucket?
It has that very small leak in it yet.
Okay. I feel like I'm just gonna ditch the bucket. I'm just gonna walk and follow them and see. Try to find, if it's only 100 yards away, I'm just gonna follow them and see where we're going.
Okay.
Not gonna bring any water with me because there's no point.
Okay. As you follow behind them, are you gonna jog behind them?
Sure.
Awesome.
I'll try to catch up.
I need a Constitution save from Ash, Katie, and Kita.
Dice don't like me today.
Fair enough. What's your con save?
10.
Ash.
9.
Awesome.
Bounce off the box.
Kita.
6.
All three of you, at this point in time, you've made it easily 60 to 90 feet out. And you are feeling extremely parched.
We're feeling what?
Extremely parched.
Oh. Hey, Twisted!
Oh,
Hi.
what's up, Dom? How you doing, man?
Welcome home!
Welcome to the dining room. You, having caught up to them, you feel fine. It is warm.
I feel like is this like warmth that I would just be used to from being a native to this land?
It's
Or is it extra hot?
no, but it's one of your really warm days, the ones where you'd rather stay inside type days.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Do I notice, as I'm approaching them, do I notice anything different about them now that they are...
You're noticing that they all look rather peaked.
I'm doing that now.
What are you doing?
Messaging Allie what I was supposed to message her like 4 days ago.
Oh. Are you talking, you're waiting for me to send Discord info, or are you sending me Discord info?
I sent my email. I've been good now. I wasn't, but I'm good now.
So what would you guys like to do at this moment? Is the three of you are hit with this wave, and it feels like there's sand in your mouth. It's that dry.
I'm gonna keep going.
How far away from the pool am I?
100 yards is 300 feet. You're at 90 feet away. The two of you ladies, you also take a look at your buckets now that you notice that they're dripping, or your water skins now that they're dripping, and you realize that it is a very constant drip.
Even though it's in our water skins?
It's the underworld. What you expect?
You know what? I'm going to take a note from that every girl has done, whether she admits it or not, and I'm going to put it on top of my boobs and hold it like that to try to keep the dripping from stopping, and I'm going to run like that.
To keep the dripping from stopping?
If it's dripping out, the water's going on the ground. If it's caught in my boobs, it can't
You're
drip
trying
out.
to stop the dripping.
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
So what I said is it?
No, you said you were trying to keep the dripping from stopping.
Just leave me alone.
Oh, honey.
I'm confused with this puzzle, and I don't know any kind of magic to dispel heat.
I don't
Maybe
have
we need
magic.
to work.
I have an idea,
Let's-
but we need to talk when we actually get
Yep.
back in a group.
You and I both.
oh yeah, I suppose you're a little bit ahead of them, so that actually puts you closer to 100 feet away, 120.
Alright, how much water's left in my water skin?
About 3/4 of it.
Woo! Chugga-lugga, I'm still going! On my water skin and running.
You're noticing that the permafrost is vanishing
Don't judge me.
A lot faster.
as fast as you can cast the spell now.
It's good thing this can't drip.
Right.
And you still got almost 180 feet to go.
I'm gonna stop for the moment and wait for them to catch up, and I'm still casting, but I'm gonna stay right where I am.
So
Roll
obviously
me a
this is-
perception.
Me?
Nope. Grub.
16.
16? Or no. I'll text it to you.
Okay. I'm still catching up, by the way.
You're not winded.
Oh,
I need you guys all to roll another constitution.
all of us?
Not you. Grub, not you.
Yeah, that's better.
That's much better. I'm sorry.
It's not a lot. Well, I couldn't have had that better than better.
It's still better than last time.
You kind of broke that one. There you go.
Mine was only at 15.
1 second.
Oops, sorry.
I'm getting info.
Info.
We're fully healed up.
No.
No.
Okay, that was after healing.
Yes.
Okay.
It was, like I said, it was bad.
Okay. Katie,
How many?
Yeah.
what was your con?
15.
So I had
Awesome. Kita,
17.
awesome.
Rat.
Ash,
10.
cool beans.
So I had
The twins,
Yeah.
you guys get 8 points of exhaustion.
You do have
Okay.
one of those. Wait, we get a point of exhaustion?
Yes, you do.
I get a point of exhaustion.
You get a point of exhaustion, and you you lose 5 feet of movement.
Who? Ash?
My speed is half.
Are you at 2 points of exhaustion now? Okay.
We had a long rest after we got the
I
one
got-
point.
I got
Oh,
That's
no,
second-
you had another one.
Yeah.
Second
Oh, that's
fight.
right.
Yeah, I got hit.
Long rest after what?
We did get a rest after the first fight that you were here for, but then once we jumped through the pool, we got another fight.
And that's where.
That's
okay.
the fight that nearly killed everyone and beat us up.
Did I go? I'm trying to.
Because I have 4 less I have points right now. Just temporarily.
Yes, because you haven't had a chance to long rest.
Yep.
You notice your sister is really starting to flag.
I got you.
And
You can do it, Kira. Think of it, God.
the world seems to be, and this is just a strange thing that you guys haven't really noticed. Everything right now, the three of you are almost horse blinder focused on making it to that pool. So you're going to go check that out?
As I'm running up behind you guys, I'm gonna look over to my right and I see something on a rock. How far away am I from them?
What's your movement speed?
40.
Yeah,
So I pretty much
you've
caught
caught up to it.
Okay.
You see that,
Okay.
and this is happening as I have them roll the constitutions.
Okay. Oh, you guys see that over there?
None of you hear it.
Hello?
Oh, good.
Horse blinder focused on your mission.
Hello?
How far away am I from it now?
From the pool?
Yeah.
30, 60, 90, and then wait.
I
25?
was 100.
25 feet?
Yes.
You weren't 100. She was.
Oh,
You guys move slower than she does.
Because
Yeah.
you're tiny.
he.
At 25 feet, he does. Sorry, at 25 feet, you guys are there. You are now at the 100-foot mark.
Got it.
Ash, moving as fast as Ash does, is getting closer to the 180. You cut up to the little girls.
And I'm talking to you.
160.
I'm talking to you. But you're not even looking at me. Hey!
Wait, 160 feet left, or she's gone?
She's at the 160-foot mark.
Okay. I thought when you said 100 feet, you said you had 100 feet left.
No, that's as far as you've gone.
Okay.
Well, and Ash is still ahead of me. Way ahead.
I have stopped moving though.
Right, but you're waiting for the little girls to catch up. I'm gonna veer off then. Ash, are you turning around looking at me?
Ash, you are very focused on the girls.
Yeah,
You're
He's got horse blinders too.
You're
Okay.
oblivious to Grug.
Okay.
You're not holding a bucket, I don't see you.
Ouch.
But it's the truth.
I don't like buckets. Childhood phobia.
Holding my bucket, dear Liza,
Oh,
dear
God.
Liza.
All right, I'm gonna wander off then and check out what I saw on the rock.
All right. And your movement speed is 40, correct? All right. So we'll get to that in just a moment.
Sounds good.
My movement speed is 10 right now.
You are not going anywhere fast.
Nope.
Let me see.
So you guys,
14 hit points.
Katie.
I'm coming. Mom, first game, second. I'm here now.
I have 42.
And now you guys are really starting to find a struggle. I mean, it was hot. You guys are parched. Everything's wearing down on you. Your muscles are starting to burn. This is a horrendous trek. Your chest is soaked in water.
Okay.
It doesn't help.
Oh, then I immediately stop if I realize it doesn't help. And I'm, like, trying everything in my power to book it there.
Kita, you can feel the effects of this exhaustion hitting you. It is getting to the point where you're almost feeling like this is a hopeless task, and you barely made it a third of the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Ash, you stopped, but there is this incessant urge to keep moving and heading in that direction. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. It's just constantly drilling. Every heartbeat is causing you to feel this, even though you're trying to wait for your friends.
My foot's like impatiently tapping.
Yep. As you catch up to your sister, who's not too far ahead, you realize that Your sister is not moving anywhere near as vigorously as she used to. It looks as though she's trying to drag a boulder behind her as she's walking, with as much as she's just struggling to keep going.
I cuss and I turn around and go back to try and grab the water with her and help her with her water.
Okay. You're moving at half speed now,
Okay.
but we'll round it up to 15,
Okay.
which increases yours to 15 as well.
Okay.
You both also notice that the water skins are almost half empty.
And we're not halfway, are we?
You are a third of the way.
We're not gonna make it. With Ash Grug! And I'm stopping look around.
You see Ash. You have no clue where Grug is. As you start to look around, every time you kind of unfocus on your direction, there is this almost painful urge to focus on your task at hand.
I'm not feeling that pull.
Nope, not at all.
I set the water down.
You can't.
I can't.
You
I can't.
As soon as you try to set the water down, there is this fear that reaches into the very core of your person. If you set this water down, something bad will happen. I will never go home. I will never be able to meet Udgar. I will never be able to do the things that I want
Well,
to
bloody
do.
hell, I keep going then. So I got my water here, and I'm trying this. I'm like, come on, Keto, we can do it. Think of the story. Tell Udgar and my children.
And you're starting to feel the effects of constantly casting this spell. Even though this is something you've been doing since you were itty bitty, it's a mantra almost. It still uses energy. It still uses that inner energy and the connection to the weave. It still has a cost behind it, and you're starting to feel that the consistent recasting of this spell is really
It's
starting
like
to
wearing
burn
a
on
muscle.
you. Yep. I mean,
And so yeah,
after a while, this even starts to hurt,
yep.
and that's where you're at.
I'm gonna stop casting it and kind of give myself a break.
You reach about the halfway point to where this thing is, and you notice at this point in time it has an extremely vague outline that's humanoid-esque, but it's rather difficult to make out any definitive shapes. Everything seems kind of blurred and hazy.
So like a mirage?
Not quite. You continue to move forward, and it starts to slowly make sense to you as it's not a mirage. It's actually mist.
Oh.
The only water you have seen in this place is this mist sitting on a rock with a very vaguely humanoid shape.
Can I, you said I'm about halfway, can I call out to it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to call it. Excuse me. Hello.
You vaguely see what looks like movement of the upper body and head.
I will keep approaching it. I'll keep calling out to it. It's interesting though that so I'm going to recognize that it seems to react to.
Yeah, there was
my
a definitive reaction to you calling out to it.
I'm gonna keep walking up to it then.
Okay. It doesn't take you too long. You finally you get up to it. You're standing about this far away from it, and you realize that the reason it was so hard to define shapes is every time it takes on a shape, it's still continually moving, so it softens the edges, blurs the lines, and then it'll coalesce again, and you can see what looks like a humanoid shape.
Excuse me. Can I get some help from you? Hello.
I can't tell if he's a character or not when he does that.
I don't know if does he have cheese in his mouth or not? I don't know.
I'm only now. What kind of cheese?
It doesn't.
That makes a difference.
It doesn't
Ooh,
speak.
good cheese.
Oh, I speak Coleman. I don't know what else to do. Do you know? You don't speak.
You speak the common tongue.
I'll speak.
You watch as
Sorry.
what looks like its face opens up and this little burst of mist pops out.
I don't know what to make of that.
Well, I can't help you with that.
I know you're not there.
Exactly.
Crap.
Crap indeed. I don't know what to do.
I don't know that either.
The sisters are now
Yeah.
about 30 feet away from you, Ash,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell that they're moving very slowly, and that Katie is definitely helping her sister move along.
I'm gonna walk towards them. I'm gonna start walking towards them.
As you do that, that trepidation that you've been feeling
Mm-hmm.
increases. I'm going the wrong way. I need to get to my target. I need to get there. I'm going the wrong way.
I'm gonna stop. If I feel that, I'm gonna stop.
I need a bigger potion bottle.
Okay.
Can I pull out my water sack
Mm-hmm.
and try to gesticulate that I need water? I'll hand it over.
And it's the coolest thing watching what looks like living fog. The bag almost looks like it's floating and is being manipulated by these fingers that look like fingers then don't. And it puts its hand, as it pops the cork, puts its hand on the top of it, and you watch almost like water going down a sink. And your water stream drops to the ground.
Full?
The figure's not there.
Well,
What'd you do?
I don't-
I'm not there.
You're not there, and I
That's
don't
so
know.
cool.
So I'm gonna put the topper back on it quick because I just.
Okay.
Good job,
And I'm
bro.
gonna put it in my boobs like everyone else was doing.
So that it doesn't drip anywhere.
So it doesn't drip anyway.
Drug. It mocks us. There's a
And then I'm gonna
tiny
turn around and start running after these guys because I don't know what the hell's going on. But I'm gonna be like, oh, I just caught some sort of smoky, misty, foggy monster.
Awesome.
I have no idea what's going on. But I'm gonna start running after you guys.
Alright.
Kill.
As you catch up to them, or as you're catching up to them, you see the three of them finally converge. And I need one more I need another Constitution save for everybody.
Okay, let me give you my con save. That's only a 9 for me.
I like being from this land.
It's not that.
Oh, I figured. I'm so glad I didn't pick.
9.
So glad I didn't pick up a bucket.
And Gita,
12.
Ouch. How many?
everybody's speed is reduced to 10. I'm
Ouch.
sorry.
Do I get another point of exhaustion?
No, but your
Okay.
speed is reduced to 10 as you feel everybody's speed is now reduced to 10.
Oh dear God. Okay.
As you feel the sluggishness of this heat, the weight of this task bearing down on you, it feels as though there are leg irons attached to you now. However, there is still that voice in the back of your head screaming at you, I need to get to this pool. I need to get back to the land of the living. There are so many things that I need to get done in the real world. I have people to meet, loves I've never met, scores I need to make, scores I need to settle.
That one guy I need to kill.
And it's drilling into you. It's becoming a singular focus for all of you. And you notice that the water skins are still about half full. Your bucket has been slowly dripping out. It's now about half full.
Kita, we can do it. It's okay. Come on. Just listen to my voice and keep walking. I can't carry the bucket, Kita, but I can carry you. Sam.
So that just happened.
So what are the three of you doing?
Moving forward.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking.
You watch as the three of them continue to start moving along, and it doesn't take you too very long to catch up to
They're
them
moving so slow.
because they are moving very, very sluggishly. And you have caught up to them. They've only made it. You guys are probably working off of this at the 180, 190 mark now.
When I run up to him, I'm gonna try to let you guys know about this little thing that I got in my water sack, but I'm willing to bet you still can't hear me.
Much like when you were at the well, they seem oblivious to your presence.
Figures that water from that well's probably got some sort of curse on it. Can I just... They're all pretty tiny, except for Ash,
Except for the human.
who's a normal-ish size.
Elf.
Some sort of
Elf.
elfy
Hi, elf.
thing.
You're
Hi,
s-
Ash.
yeah, I forgot.
Can I'm a big, strong barbarian. Can I pick them all up and just stop carrying them when I realise that they're not registering what I'm trying to say?
What is your strength?
20.
Okay. How much do you... I'm sorry, ladies, I have to ask this question.
How much do you
How much
weigh?
do you weigh?
Wait,
Kita,
how much do we weigh or how much do our characters
Your
weigh?
characters.
Because there's a difference, sadly. 38 pounds for me. I'm a bit on the hefty side.
Kita weighs 41 pounds.
Oh, you did have an extra helping of dessert, didn't you?
I do, I just told it to you.
Oh, never mind. Eat a cheeseburger, damn it!
Between you and Cody?
I've got 180 on
You're
Ash.
just a beefy elf.
Yeah.
Wait, how tall is Ash?
5'7".
You're a beefy elf, that's all.
Yeah.
Good for you. But all your gear.
Yeah,
Like
you would be
my
able to
armor
carry the
though.
two girls, but you would not be able to carry the Ash app.
Yeah.
If I run to your ankle, you can just drag me.
You're unaware of his presence.
Yeah, you can't see me. What happens? Oh, I don't know if I want to pick you guys up because I might become sort of spellified too. We're roughly 100-some feet away. Can I just keep charging ahead to the...
You're 110 feet away.
Can I just keep charging forward without them to the...
You can do whatever you'd like.
I would like to do that. And then I realizing that there's something going on outside of just being tired, I would like to just keep moving on. I don't want to touch them or anything like that in case I get cooties.
I understand.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I understand.
DM.
Quick, roll a Constitution save against cooties from girls.
That's a 1.
Nice.
I roll all the dice against
13.
cooties.
It was a 1.
Oh, was it?
Was it one?
Yeah.
That was the one. But you automatically failed.
We got 2319.
Awesome.
That was great.
That's a good movie.
Thank you,
Love the
Mikey.
movie.
You're gonna be good for the stream.
The three of you, Ash, Katie, and Kita,
Yeah.
you guys notice that your water skins and bucket are starting to really falter. In the 50 to 60 feet that you guys have moved, the water seems to have started to evaporate and leak out a little bit more. And it's close to 1/3 full now. And you still got about 100 feet or so to go. For the briefest moment, you all felt like there was something you were forgetting.
Grog.
But after a couple of seconds, that feeling passes. and that urge to make it to destination is heavy on you all. Grug, you find your way to the pool, or what looks like it should be a pool. It's smaller than the one that you saw in the temple, about half the size. But it's the same shape, sarcophagus shape, and it has that gold gilded ankh in the bottom of it. It's got a symbol of Prince in there, and it's all purple.
Speaking of which, I just realised Apep's gonna be super mad when he figures out that I smashed his last ankh. Took a big old chip out of it. Just realised that.
Oops.
Or the fact that you desecrated his image in the previous temple.
We're not gonna tell him about that.
Uh-huh. It's almost like he might know already.
He doesn't.
So yeah, you're standing at this pool.
I'm gonna boop, and I'm assuming my Misty Lady's still in there, and go.
It does not work.
Is there something still in here?
It feels like it. There's a bit more weight to it than you're used to, but not much. It's enough to notice, but it's not like I have a full pouch of water.
Can I look in it?
We do.
Is there anything in there?
It looks like there's some condensation in there.
Rob it. I'm gonna rob it. My water sack. I'm gonna rob it.
It looks more like you're fondling it.
Let's having a good time.
That wasn't awkward at all. I approve.
So as you
That's not what I meant.
It's like a
You did
genie in a water sack.
That's what
as you try and do the Aladdin's lamp thing to it, nothing really happens.
Damn it. And I can't pour it out.
Yeah,
There's
when you're trying
something-
to pour, nothing happens.
I'm not the smart one. Get someone over here. Get some.
You
can I-
have an 11 intelligence. That puts you at almost college
well,
level.
it was. My scores were padded. I cheated on my final exams.
Okay, sure.
Oh,
One of the biggest misnomers people have when it comes to numbers in D&D. 8. The negative one that you get from an 8 in intelligence is high school level.
Have you seen some of the high schoolers nowadays?
Why do you think I said the negative one?
It could be a 6.
No, that's elementary school. Anything
That's still some high schoolers though.
Well, the ones that eat Tide Pods, yes.
That's like a 4, because even kindergartners know not to eat Tide Pods. Like, let's just level here.
all right. Well, I'm gonna put the stopper back in it again.
Okay.
Because I don't know what to do here. And I'm gonna sling it back up. I'm gonna turn around and run back after these three, and I'm gonna try to grab them and start caning them across. Because
Okay.
I've got no other ideas.
I would like the 3 of you guys to roll one more Constitution save.
And one more, he says.
As you guys are now on the last leg of your journey.
Oh, cool.
20.
Nice.
22.
Nice.
14. Still better than I was.
It is still better than it was, but it's still not quite enough. As you now hit your second point of exhaustion.
So that's speed halved and we're already reduced
But that
to
doesn't
10.
that doesn't change your tech.
Okay.
You're still just at a base 10. And you catch up to these guys.
They're not
I
looking
mean,
good.
literally all you have to do is turn around and you can see them
Right.
not too far away from you. It takes you just a handful of strides to get to them, as it were.
Which one of these three is struggling the most?
They're all struggling equally here.
Okay.
Except you've only got 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
She's the only one that seems a little bit better off.
Okay. He looks like the smart one, so I'm gonna grab him.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick him up. I'm not gonna touch any of his water or nothing. I'm just gonna pick him up, fire him, and carry him.
Both of you roll me a wisdom.
Oh,
It's not bad.
boy, I'm smart.
For you boys,
you're
it's
wise.
different.
Wisdom
6.
save.
Just a wisdom.
So wisdom.
15 plus 116.
5?
Uh-huh.
You're the smart one, and I'm picking your ass up.
Oh, hold on.
I'm also.
As you pick up Ash, You feel a wave of something hit you, but you're able to shrug it off, as it were. It was, for the briefest of moment, you felt exhaustion and trepidation. But just as quick as it came on, it was gone.
Okay.
Ash, for the briefest of moment, you felt relieved. And just as fast as it came on, it was gone. You find it a little bit difficult carrying Ash, but you only got 60 feet to go before you hit the pool. As you turn around and make your way over there, the moment you step onto the sandstone that creates the border of this pool, Ash, you come to your senses and realize that you are being carried by Grug, and there is a bone-dry bucket in your hand.
What the hell?
Hello.
Why are you carrying me?
Because you're walking like a little baby.
What?
I'm gonna throw her down. Come back. Sorry, him. And come back and get these two as well. Do the same thing.
What the is going on?
You sit here and think about it for a minute. I'll be right back.
You sit and think about what you do.
I'm literally just gonna sit with the bucket next to you. What the hell?
And it's bone dry. Like it never saw the well.
I smacked it. I just like knock it over in irritation.
I need you two to roll wisdom saves, and I need you to roll 2 wisdom saves.
Oof. Oof.
Or just wisdom, not wisdom saves.
That's not very good.
Connect one of the dice to one of each of them.
There. That's our best chance of winning.
Not necessarily. So, Kita, what did you roll?
13.
And what is your die roll compared to Kita's?
My die roll 8. My wisdom's a 1, so 9.
So 9. Okay.
9.
And Katie?
11.
And 14.
Okay. As you grab both of them, because you can,
And they're right next to each other.
there's a wave that covers all 3 of you,
Okay.
and you two feel a minor pep in your step. You're back to half movement, so 15 feet.
Woo!
However, Grug, you feel now the heat hit you. You feel that trepidation. You feel that fear that we must get to the... And at that moment, Ash, roll a perception.
14.
14. You hear from behind you the 2 girls sigh, almost like in relief. And as you turn around, you see Grug's face change emotion, where he seems stalwart in his destination.
Ah, crap.
And the moment that it happens, you also watch as from off of his back, this mist starts to form and covers the 3 of them. And all 3 of you feel relieved. That trepidation that you have, that fear, that desire to make it to that pool as soon as possible passes immediately.
Oh.
Your exhaustion is still there though. And you know, it's weird. For a moment there, everything was fine. Then you felt like, I need to do this, I have to do it, and now it's fine again, but there's this mist
I see the mist around.
covering the 3 of you.
I've got these 2 in my arms.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep moving
Yeah, you also find yourselves inside Grug's arms,
What?
ever so gently.
As I'm holding my water skin to my bosom.
which is now empty and bone dry.
What happened to the water?
I don't know what water. We're going to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really tired, Grug.
Charge back up here, Doug.
So everybody is now standing at the edge of this pool.
And the mist followed us, right?
Yep, the mist started to dissipate
Oh.
as you got closer to the pool.
Okay. We still gotta get up on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get to the platform, is it gone?
The mist?
Yeah.
The mist is no longer surrounding you, yes.
Is it back in my water skin? I'm gonna check.
Yes. There is still condensation inside the water skin.
Okay. I still don't know what to make of this. Hello everyone, how you feeling?
Like shit.
Weird.
Good, right? Someone smarter than me. I've got this in this sack is a bunch of little bit of water, little water droplets from some sort of humanish figure.
I want to look.
I'm telling a damn story. I saw some sort of misty thing.
You can't yell at me like that.
I slap her. Some sort of misty, foggy thingy, creature-ish, sitting on a rock. I went up and asked for help, and she just put herself in my water skin.
She, you're sure it's a she?
It was either a he or a she.
It was a thing.
It was an
Okay.
it, right? Oh, don't judge.
Maybe it's just confused.
Anybody got any ideas?
You tried jumping into the pool.
No, I just went back and saved all your asses.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
Can I see that water skin? Right
Of
now?
course. Yeah.
I'm gonna open up my pally senses.
Okay.
Ooh, good call.
Remind me again what all that lets you
So I don't know.
recognize.
Divine sense. Presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good brings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell.
It's an interesting feeling when you open up your pally senses, as there are equal parts hollowed and unhollowed. This entire world seems to be neutral in that sense. There's just as much black as there is white.
So it's like split evenly.
It's not evil. It's just death is death.
There is
There is that.
There are many creatures that are undead all about you. Some of them ringing more evil than others. Some of them ringing more pure than others. There's also a brief moment in it, because this goes on for as long as you hold it open, correct?
I can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus my con mod.
But it doesn't have a time limit on it.
Doesn't really say. This is when you finish a long rest, you regain all expended uses.
So while you're doing this, there is
Until the end of your next turn.
so technically it's a 6-second spell or a feature. There is a moment while this is happening that really throws you for a loop, though. You can feel one of these undead creatures that has some evil in it. All of a sudden it just vanishes. But there's undead all around you. There are celestials around you. There are everything that you can tell as a pally that deals with good and evil is present.
My head hurts.
Not hurts, it's overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
This is pure. This is something, I mean, when you're in the prime material, good and evil in that respect are blips on a radar. When you do it down here, it is the radar. So it's overwhelming, but it's not painful.
I'm a little dizzy, not gonna lie. I'm gonna hand it back to you.
As to what you just handed back to him, because that was what you were trying to figure out,
Mm-hmm.
it has a very minor celestial feel to it.
Mm.
Well, this whatever you have in there has a slight celestial feel to it, but this entire place is just anything I can feel with that radar is there. Like this whole place kind of makes me a little dizzy. Actually, it's overwhelming.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is, but it's some type of celestial.
The only idea I have, because it did seem to sort of protect us there a minute ago when I was grabbing Katie and Keita, is I tried to communicate with this thing. I don't know if it doesn't understand me or what, but it did seem to protect us. Maybe we can use it as sort of a shield as we're running back and forth. Let's go get more water and try to come back.
I wonder what would happen if we used either one bucket and passed it between each of us, or used all the buckets and just continuously poured into each bucket.
You mean like have 4 buckets on top of each other and fill one bucket?
Well, like go down a line and just pour one into the other.
Well, I could have swore that my bucket was over half full. And when Grub picked me up, it was bone dry.
The same thing happened to me.
I think it's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is real.
Why don't we try just jumping into the pool?
At our destination? Yeah, let's try it, see what happens. What if we try and go through it with the misty whiskamabob?
there is no mist. It's just this little bit of driblets in my thingy.
Well, you hold your driblets in your thingy and let's go stand in the pool with your driblets and see what happens.
All right,
That doesn't sound sad.
but we're gonna do it.
So y'all are gonna jump into the pool,
Maybe we won't jump this time. Maybe we'll just sort of like
Wade.
climb in.
gently. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
stick my javelin in there first this time.
There is no water in it.
Yeah.
It is dry.
Okay.
So as you guys hop down into this pool, nothing happens.
Well, what about your driblets? If you put your driblets in,
I already tried to pull the giblets in. It doesn't do nothing, and I'm gonna bloop, and
Yeah, when you watch him pour it like you normally would, nothing
Yeah.
happens.
excuse me? Anybody?
can I try to talk old common to this thing? Like, hey,
Oh.
lady, thingy,
Oh,
can we get some help?
that was smart.
All of a sudden, Grug starts talking in a language that none of you guys recognize.
The heck?
And as you do this, Grug, you get a response.
Hey!
Oh.
As you ask for help, the mist starts to pour out of your water skin. And the strangest thing happens as it doesn't coalesce into a humanoid figure as you were hoping it would. Instead, it slowly starts to expand and you watch as the pool starts to fill with water.
I did it.
Good job.
How?
It doesn't matter how, but it is fair as you're the one who got us into this mess.
And as
Yeah.
as
Uh-oh.
as the pool starts to fill up and gets to about waist deep on the girls, you all feel,
AKA my toes.
no, it'd be about mid-calf. You guys all feel this strange sensation, the same that you felt when you went through the first pool, of everything flipping upside down and right side up simultaneously. And you are back. No, you're not.
Son of a bitch.
You're in a room. There is a pool. It looks exactly like you thought it should. With the exception of the fact that this room is extremely well kept, well lit, The gold, brass, bronze, silver, and all the other accoutrements are well polished and taken care of.
Did she take us to Raw's palace?
Oh.
And you all have this moment where you're like, what's going on? Splash. As you guys are now in water. In this pool.
Well, I'm gonna get out of the pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm gonna drink.
That's actually the weird thing. You don't feel parched.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
None of you feel parched. But you swore that you hadn't had a drink in months while you were carrying those buckets.
So we still have exhaustion.
You still have your exhaustion.
Darn it.
You and I are the same.
Hello? Anyone?
Oh, as you start doing that, you actually get a response.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
As you
You
notice, there is a doorway on the narrow side of the sarcophagus-shaped pool. There is a doorway that direction. Hello? Anybody here? And the door goes,
Oh.
and 6 men charge into the room, each carrying a spear and a shield.
Like real men. Men.
Real people.
Manly men.
Well, we could take these guys.
All of them are darker skinned and wearing a band.
It's for you.
I'm sorry, I have to take this.
Do it.
I apologize, stream, this is important.
Why don't we go on break?
Hello.
It's early, but let's go on break.
Yeah.
I am giving
We'll
you
go on
half a
break.
second.
We'll be back in
We're
about
going to
half
take
an
a
hour.
break. We'll be back in about a half an hour.
That's
Sorry
a good
about
point.
this. This is important.
No, that's
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Thank you.
Welcome back, boys and girls. I apologize for the early break that we had, but I have a friend who's in a rough place. Got a phone call, had to help him out.
Real life takes precedence over games.
Every day.
It's another thing I have to do.
Where we last left off, you guys made your way finally out of the first challenge of Dubat at the assistance of Apep and some misty figure that only understood ancient common.
I didn't catch your name.
No, you didn't.
Didn't think to
And-
ask. Should have.
Found yourselves back in what appears to be the real world,
Real.
in a very garish, posh-looking place. And as you were exiting the swimming pool, 6 guards came in, each carrying a spear and shield, all of them with the golden armband that you guys should recognize.
Banami.
You would.
Just
I would.
The golden armband and the golden neckband. Do you guys remember what it is?
Maybe.
Is it the?
from the
Ida, do you remember what those signify?
The guards, wasn't it?
Katie,
Yeah.
do you remember what the gold neckbands or gold armbands signified?
Were they priests? Like Pharaoh's priests?
They were the slaves.
I was gonna say slaves.
Oh, that kind of. Okay. I was thinking like decorative.
Nope, just
Okay,
the gold
I'm sorry.
armband and the gold neckband.
Yeah.
Decorative.
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 Speaking of that, sorry, real quick tangent. One of my favorite things is when I see Christmas lights and such, and on the box it says decorations not included.
That's because they're not decorative lights.
But they are.
They're-
The box says Christmas decorations not included. How does this work? So,
Oh, by the way, last Sunday your crow was back.
yeah, the dying crow.
Yay!
Great Odin's ring.
No,
If it's
this
Odin's
does-
raven, then Odin keeps poking it.
It's the same kind of call. Have you ever watched those screaming goat videos?
Yeah.
This crow sounds exactly like it.
Adorable.
Not so much. He's got a friend. He's got a friend who does the same thing. There's 2 of them that run around the entire
Odin had 2
block.
ravens. That makes sense.
And the game. You are now being. You now have these 6 guards who are leveling their spears at you.
I thought you said they were slaves.
They're guards
They're slave
and
guards.
slaves. They can be both.
Do we recognize any of the guards?
Negative.
Great.
And as you get your bearings and climb out of the pool, they kind of flank the doorway a little bit, and you are unsure what's going on.
I'm just gonna hold my greatsword at my side. I'm not actually gonna ready it, but I'm gonna have it out.
One of those grab your hip things.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not advancing, right? They're just standing there.
They have made a flank on either side of the
Oh,
door.
okay. So they're waiting for someone to come in. Okay,
We think.
that's what I'm assuming. Because Grog is smart.
Grug is also somewhat familiar with this type of thing. And yes, Grug is correct in his assumption. After a moment, you see a man walk in wearing a white robe, overly pronounced shoulder pads. For anybody who's ever watched Dragon Ball, it's like Piccolo.
Oh God. Okay.
No reference? Okay, pull it up for me, please. Not so green though. Yeah, no, the entire thing, from top to bottom, very much dressed like Piccolo. Only it's whites and whites. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
So it's pretty much all just.
So you have the exaggerated shoulder pads, you have the long flowing white cloak, the billowy pants and shirt, but the colors you all recognize as the same colors of the prince's, of the sultan's palace. The silver, the blue, and the red.
So we popped up in his swimming pool.
What was bathhouse? Probably his bathhouse.
No, because it looks just like the other pool.
Could be his own personal temple.
I need you all to follow me.
Yes, sir.
I follow.
No arguments.
No, there's none of us are arguing at this point.
You watch as one of the
Please be careful.
guards steps to the side. 2 of the guards step to the side to let you follow behind. 2 of them step in between you and this gentleman that ordered you to follow. The other 4 flank you
Yeah.
and follow you as an escort.
That's a smart thing to do.
It takes you no time to realize that yes, somehow or another, you are now in the Sultan's palace.
Question: is my speed still halved?
You are at 2 points of fatigue, so
Crap.
everything hits you the same way. However, he's not moving very fast.
Okay.
He's got that walk about him that is both arrogant and casual. Like, he's got no place to be in any hurry, but he is the most important thing in
So
this
he walks
room.
like a high elf.
Excuse me, have you 2 met?
That's why I said he walks like a high elf.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
I do not believe we have. We are going to talk to the Sultan.
Oh.
Intruders into this room are usually put to death.
Before I meet the Sultan, I kind of stink. We've been through some fights and
We
stuff.
were just in some water.
Yeah, I didn't have a bar of soap, did I? Do you have any soap I can clean up first before I die?
We are going to see the Sultan no matter how you feel.
Okay.
Room was this? Just out of curiosity.
You made your way into the room.
Down.
Actually, we kind of fell into the room.
You
Yeah.
can save your story for the Sultan.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I don't like this guy.
I don't really like me.
Kind of reminds me of a high elf.
I don't know whether to take offense to that or take that as a compliment.
I want to take
I think you meant it as a fence.
You guys,
I'm kidding.
you guys spend a good 10 minutes walking through the hallways, and you also realize that you are going up. You've gone up 2 flights of stairs through this palace. You're in a place that you've never seen. You've never been in a palace. But the 3 of you, having been in there once before to meet the Sultan, You've never seen this side of the palace.
I'm guessing we were in his private chambers.
But
Awesome.
it has this same feel here that it did when you were escorted through the first time. The various slaves, the not in your face extravagance. There is an aesthetic to all of the adornments through here. The busts, the tapestries, the paintings, the urns, the pots. All of this stuff.
Are there rupees in the pots?
No, there are not.
I'm not gonna break one to find out.
You recognize it as a symbol of affluence, but it's not done in such a way to be overbearing. There is an aesthetic to it as well.
It's not just saying, I'm royalty and you're not.
No, there is some care put into how the decorations are put out that show you that whoever did this interior design really wanted to make people feel comfortable even though they were in the presence of somebody that's powerful.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she wants to make sure you're full.
Apparently.
She's feeding an army today.
An army marches on its stomach.
That it does. And after you go up the second flight of stairs, a short time later, the three of you, Ash, Keita, and Katie, recognize you're going down the main thoroughfare toward the Sultan's chambers. You're back to a place you recognize.
Yay!
Okay, well, we're not in the underworld anymore, so that's good.
And you don't want me to?
Did you eat before you got here? Okay.
That's why I was almost late. My mom and I were getting lunch.
Oh, hey, not bad. Again, family over D&D. So, you guys are escorted without any ado into the Sultan's chambers. And once again, you see the Sultan sitting at his desk, looks up, and there is just the briefest hint of a smile on his face as he looks up and sees you. He waves off the guards, looks at the gentleman that escorted you. Drian, you can be gone. I do not believe that these people will be of any harm to me. Thank you for your diligence. Be on your way, please. I see. You have caused a ruckus in my palace.
Darian? Earl Grey. It's hot.
It wasn't intentional.
Ah,
It wasn't intentional.
I see. And how is it that you came to be in the chamber that you did find yourself in? You were supposed to be in the catacombs finding me an artifact.
We were in the catacombs.
And then we weren't.
And you're going to have to be much more elaborate than that.
Well,
That is a deep subject.
we got down into the catacombs
But
I made joke.
and we found some undead-ish type creatures
Where?
down in the catacombs. So there was
the catacombs are guarded, they are patrolled. If there was any undead in the catacombs, I would have known.
okay, so there was the sewer level, right?
Underneath the catacombs, yes.
Mm-hmm. And then we went down further than that.
There is more beneath the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Well, this is interesting.
And so there was this undead thing and we were fighting it. But then
Describe this undead thing.
it controlled sand.
There are many of the desert that can control sand.
We didn't get a really good look at it because then it disappeared.
Okay.
And so then coffee. So then we went down lower and found there was a chamber, but the wall on the one side was kind of broken up. So
The chamber?
yeah, Like,
What?
well, like a room.
Chamber and room mean the same thing.
Right.
Okay. Describe this chamber to me.
Help.
I don't remember.
Well, okay, so it was a room, and the one wall was kind of broken up a bit.
I described the murals on the wall and the invertedness.
What
That's
inverted?
before.
Invertedness?
We're not there yet.
We're not there
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
You weren't there.
Continue.
You could help if you were here.
Yeah. I know, I'm sorry.
Anyways, so yeah,
Where was this room?
it was at the bottom of the staircase.
In the sewer.
Yeah.
Past the sewers.
So there was sewers, and then there was like a hallway going down.
Okay.
So we went down the hallway.
And then as you got to the end of this hallway, there was a room.
Right. And
What was it? And this room, just the only thing about it is that it had a wall that was almost broken.
yeah, so we moved the rubble, and on the other side there was a scorpion lady. And she almost got me with her little thingy, the stinger thingy.
There were ones later on that had these.
We'll get to later on first. I am trying to figure out where this room is that you found a wall that fell apart.
You know, should we just jump to the punch and tell him we met the bloody god of death, Apep?
Please don't tell me you say it that way.
Yeah.
And how is it that you met Apep?
There was a pool
And where was this pool?
in a big chamber, and in this chamber it
now,
showed.
if I may be so bold, she was trying to get to that part, wasn't she?
I proposed.
Okay. So how about we continue from the beginning like I had asked her? If you had been paying attention instead of wandering around like you were.
Anyways,
Do you like your dinner or not?
that room had a bunch of like broken pots and stuff, if I remember right. It's been a really long day. And so we were going through, and we went into another room, and it looked kind of, see, I'm not a religious type, so I don't really know, but it kind of looked like a ritual-y room to me.
There was an altar.
Yeah, there was an altar, and there was a bunch of sconces, and then there was another hallway, and down at the one hallway, there was a room with a bunch of, like, hay pallets, and he was in there, and there was...
Hello.
And who is he?
Grog.
His name,
My name's Grog. Your Majesty.
Mm-hmm. And how... What do you know of this place?
All I know is that there were some Apep's acolytes, I suppose you could call them.
Mm-hmm.
And they kidnapped me and were keeping me and a bunch of others prisoners down in this some sort of temple, I guess you could call it maybe.
And this
Sacrificial
temple is
temple.
under the sewers. I am definitely going to have to investigate more. Anywho, so you find this Grog.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan. Voted for you.
I don't think they take votes here.
It's not a democracy. It's
I
a
voted.
constitutional republic.
Anyways, so we went back
Sorry.
into the room with the altar,
Uh-huh.
and there were these sand thingies.
They are called sand defilers. Accursed defilers.
Oh, with
Yeah.
the head wraps that went brrrr
We,
at
Yeah.
us.
we killed a few of them.
They are accursed defilers.
Yeah,
pretty-
they were there, and there was also the snake ladies.
Mm-hmm.
The priestesses of a pet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were there, so we killed them. But there was another door in that hallway where Grog was at, so we went into that door, and there was a big room, and Grog told us that the murals on the walls were of
Raw.
the story of Ra and Apep and their battle, and yeah.
A classic story. Yes.
And it showed Ra as the triumpher, though, in this one.
Right,
As he rightfully is, yes.
and
That
then
is why we have the sun. That is why we have the passage through the underlife, through the butt.
right, and there was a big pool that was kind of shaped like this, and in the middle of the pool was a big golden shape.
And
Would you call that what did you call that grog? An ank?
Exactly. Yeah.
It is on.
Onk. Yeah, that thing. There was that.
That was good. Good
And so
job.
Grog decided he was going to jump into the pool, and he disappeared.
You
So
seem
then-
you seem a brash fellow. Ah,
So
at least you own it.
we thought we would save him, and I tied a rope around my waist, and I jumped in after him, but that didn't work.
Too much soy sauce?
What happened after you went into this pool?
What?
What happened after you entered this pool?
It looked like we were in the same place, but everything was off.
Okay.
And when we looked at the mural, instead of Raw defeating Apep, it was opposite.
Okay. You found yourself in Dubai.
In what?
Dubai, the underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We traveled to the underworld.
And then we may or may not have met Apep.
And people were waxing candles burning.
Those are the solace, yes.
And then we made our way back, and it turns out that the way back ended up being your pool, Your Majesty.
You met a pet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a pet lets you leave.
He said death was broken.
Remember when we told you about the Philo-Toad Rectory thing?
The Death Eater, yes.
He's responsible.
He believes that it's causing mischief, or like she said, it broke death. Death isn't working properly.
And it's interfering with Raw too. He can't move his chariot, and that's where the sun won't move right.
I didn't know that you guys were supposed to have night, because maybe you guys were just a different world than ours.
They're gone.
Oh.
I let them go. I just had them working with this.
Well,
Apep wants this solved too.
well, it is definitely an omen that Apep is on the same side as Ra. They have been at odds since time immemorial. Apep has always tried to defeat Ra as he entered the underworld so that he could take his chariot.
Have they tried just talking about it?
If you are an all-powerful being trying to take something from an all-powerful being, do you honestly think that an eternity of talking is going to make it happen?
Fair enough, fair enough. We'll show us.
Damn it.
Okay.
Screen crash.
No, all the cameras are running for
Hey, honey.
Yeah?
Stream is talking to you.
Who's talking to me?
Stream.
Okay, what do they say?
She returns. It's fatal pillow. Love the gray shirt. Dark gray shirt. My bad dress.
Thank you. Love you. Just a second. Dealing with an ornery pit bull.
The dog is winning.
Oh, apparently it's your other lover.
Oh yeah. The only other woman I have to worry about.
Only other?
I don't have to worry about you guys. I see you enough. I know where you live. I can get to you.
Okay, fair.
This other lover lives far enough away. It might be difficult.
What, you worried I'd actually leave with her and not come back?
You already threatened to.
Well,
It
we'll
is-
talk about that later.
As I said, it is an omen that Apep is on the same side as Ra. I will assist you
Sorry,
as
keep
best
me
I
in
can
trouble.
in this endeavor. As I had told you the last we met, I would send out and find information for you if you were to go to the catacombs and find me an artifact. You have found me something much more valuable.
Information.
Actually, you found me information that a chamber of my palace is actually a gateway to Dubai.
Hopefully only one way, if you know what I mean.
But I have taken many a swim in that pool.
Oh, my.
I will be much more careful.
Yeah.
Um,
Put a javelin in it first, and if it's sucking on it, go use a different tub.
Pharaoh, wait, is it
Something
possible to... There is another problem.
There are many. What is yours?
When we were...
I have 99 problems.
But
they have
each
to
and
be
one.
I've heard that having only one wife can reduce this. I just got sidetracked because I didn't know what you saw, but it made me blush. When we went to retrieve Jocelyn, there was a slaver man.
Oh, you missed that part of the conversation.
Oh,
they are the Solus.
They told you that he demanded an artifact.
Oh, that one. No.
And claimed, well, they didn't know. He thought maybe that I would listen, but he specifically asked that we not tell you things and thwart you and led us to believe that he had spies within the palace. I don't want you to be in danger. You've been nice, he's been cutthroat.
I would much prefer, what's the word? Information. You are telling me something and only giving me half of the story.
It's...
You told me that you went to the underworld and a man asked you for an artifact.
No. This was before we entered now.
Right,
I'm only giving part of the story.
When we went and got Jocelyn back,
Where was
Ash, sorry. Did I do that twice now?
Yes.
2 or 3 times, yeah.
Sorry. Ash, Master of Whispers, Master of Children, he has lots of spies.
That sounds creepy.
He agreed to release Ash in exchange for an artifact and made us promise that we would bring him an artifact greater than we would bring you.
Do you have an artifact?
No.
No, we don't have
Then
any.
how are you to bring him something that is greater than what you brought me?
It just... I couldn't help but get the feeling that he's a threat to you somehow, and I don't like that. I don't like upfront, not nice people, and he's both not upfront and not nice.
Do not be worried. I will give you a solution for this Master of Whispers. If you believe that he is this much of a mischief maker, you can give him information that you never gave me. I don't know anything. Let him know of this wonderful portal to another realm.
Yeah! Oh, that would be lying, though.
What,
No.
that there is a portal to another realm?
Well, it's omission.
What are you omitting?
What were we omitting?
Is it not a wonderful portal?
It is wonderful indeed. I went through it head first.
I still feel like it's lying, but he is a creeper, so I agreed with.
Let him know that you were not able to get an artifact, but you have found a portal to another place that may chance he could find something there.
I would say that portal's a pretty cool artifact, if that's what that guy's looking for. I don't know him.
I
I'm
mean,
in a
it
cage,
is,
but
it is up to you if you wish to play this game. But I will
I
feign
wouldn't-
my ignorance if this is your decision.
I wouldn't mind playing that game.
I agree. He convinced my sister to leave me with the palace guards instead of to come after me. If he can split families apart.
Tried selling.
He did try selling me.
Obviously, he couldn't get much.
Well, illegal slavery is a very major offense in the city, generally followed by a deeming of death.
Her character, not her. She'd fetch a nice penny.
So as a royal decree, a man who tried to illegally put you into slavery is sentenced to death. All you have to do is tell him about this amazing portal that may bring him to other artifacts.
And not tell him that it brings him to the other world.
what were we even mentioning?
There is a reason I am salted.
Very smart. I voted for you. Go Sultan 2018.
Oh my gosh, Sam.
I
Now
say we bring the
that
information.
we have given that information, I will give you information. As it was the agreement before you guys headed to the catacomb, that I would send out those who would bring information about this Death Eater. Yes?
Yes.
We have heard that a man has been making his way across the desert. And in his wake, Il Omen follows.
What follows?
Il Omen.
Il Omen.
What type of ill omens?
We have heard of Oasis drying up. We have heard of dark sandstorms in his wake. We have heard of small villages withering away overnight.
Sounds about right.
If this is the man or creature that is the Death Eater, then you will have a somewhat simple time in tracking him.
I don't
Just
think
look for the death in his wake.
we're strong enough to defeat him as we are.
Is there any assistance you could give us?
Oh, there is. As you travel forth from here, there are many
Bless you.
begone demons.
Molecular.
There are many cities, there are many villages, there are many places that you can visit along the way. Each of them are under my care until you reach the end of the desert. All are under my purview. As you enter the cities, you are emissaries of the Sultan. They may ask of you to do tasks for them, and
Okay.
I will give you all, as he reaches into a drawer in his desk, these brooches. And he holds his hand out.
A handy brooch.
Thank you.
What's the brooch look
Well,
like?
take one, pass it down.
It's a
Take one, pass it down,
it's
really.
a small gold. What's the word I'm looking for? Plated, gold plated hemisphere of a brooch that's got his face embossed on it.
Classy.
Better than a postage stamp.
It's lovely.
It would look lovely on a postage stamp.
In our world, when we send missives, they have to have a seal, and there's always a person of import that face is on that seal. And that's used as currency. Like a
So-
sticky coin, almost.
Well, you pay for the seal, and then that shows that missive has been paid for, so it can be delivered.
This sounds very confusing.
It's like a tax for
Always.
sending a letter or sending a message.
Even I am not that.
Welcome to
Someone-
America.
Someone,
Sorry.
someone is greedy.
We just
I
went
have
there.
taxes, but I have taxes on things that need to be taxed. Writing a letter should not be taxed.
Well, it's not the writing of the letter. You're paying for the delivery of the letter.
With tax.
Anyways.
Anywho. Thank you,
I'm
Grub.
sorry, I was having fun listening to them trying to explain postage to me.
Yeah, that was a little much.
You're awful. Oh, it's a clock, guys. Sorry.
Hello, Miss Fatal Pillow.
Hi! I don't have stream up, but hi! There, now I've officially said hi.
She said bless you when you see it.
Oh, thank you.
If you go to these cities and you are wearing or display this brooch to them, they will give you compensation for your assistance equal to that they would give any emissary from the Sultan.
Ooh,
It will save you from those who might take advantage of good natures. However, it will not save you from those who would just take advantage.
fair enough.
We can handle them.
We have our enemies here.
I think this Death Eater might be everyone's enemy.
It does not. It usually takes something much larger than a single creature to bring an entire civilization together.
Well, I mean, it did destroy our entire town, and
It is not destroying my town.
Yeah.
Head west.
Yes, sir.
That is where we found the first indication of its passing. There is an oasis that you will pass in 3 days hence.
Away, away.
It should have been revived by some of the mages of the palace.
Oh, lovely.
So they're able to undo whatever's being done.
No, they are capable of working with nature.
Right. Can we maybe, do you mind if we stay and rest up? Maybe get some
Take
new
your
supplies?
time.
Okay.
Take your time.
Some of us are pretty hurt.
I do look a little worse for wear.
Go to the bathhouse. Go grab some food.
I turn
Change
bright
your
red at
clothes.
mention of the bathhouse.
Ooh, that house.
Make yourselves comfortable. And please let me know when you are to be leaving.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Majesty. Highness. Miss.
I guess a bath would be good.
Get out!
Why are you
Get out
so
of my
mad?
chamber.
I'm not.
Yeah, you
Thank
are.
you very much.
Only a little bit.
Why?
I'm gonna start like
Oh.
hurting everybody.
No, sorry, real quick. You might want to maybe send guards down because there were some cultists. Don't know if they can come back.
I do know how to run my palace. Thank you for the advice.
Heads up.
I'm gonna start hurting them out.
We had to
Dirty cats.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Well,
the
oil
spaghetti
cats.
noodles.
cat.
Huh?
You would know about the cat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to herd well-oiled cats.
Actually, if you just get a couple treats and just toss them into the cat carrier, they'll go right in. Ooh, Scanny.
Oh, it's candy. Oh, it's candy.
That was perfect.
That was kind of awesome.
It's candy.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, it's candy.
I have orange fingers now.
Your matching shirt.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
They're squishy in the middle.
It's caramel.
Oh wow!
Did you not? Did you think they were
No, I
Anna? They were so big?
Yeah, and I bit in and it was like goopy, and I'm like, that's not what nuts supposed to taste like.
So yes,
Phrasing.
you guys make your way to
Penis!
your
That's not what
rooms.
a penis is supposed to taste like.
Minty. All right, I remember.
I love my stream.
Thank you for never putting mustard. Never mind.
You guys, your face is about as red as
Oh, it is
mug.
bad.
Hmm?
It is bad.
She
Wait, hold
matches her
on.
mug.
Everybody vote. Are they the same?
No, but her mug was really close. Yeah. And
You guys
actually,
I
have.
hate you a little bit for that.
You guys have the evening to yourselves.
you can take a bath.
I'm gonna
Eat,
go
go to bed.
Go to the bathhouse and see why my sister was so embarrassed when she came back the last time.
When you enter the bathhouse, it's the same as you recognize.
I jump in, but as I enter the bathhouse, I'm gonna do a quick scan and see if, make sure my friends aren't in there.
Well, they're there. One of them is. The young man is.
Oh,
You also see me in there. Rubber dub dub.
Grog in the dog.
Dog in the tub.
Oh God.
Yes, it is a very communal bathhouse.
I very quickly slip in the water.
He turns, looks, goes back to what he was doing.
Seeing him look at her, I'm just gonna,
He
Look him
scans.
comes
He
and just-
scans everybody.
I'm just gonna nod to him. I'm literally like,
Right.
feels so nice.
So basically, I'm
Quick,
in the hot
somebody grab a
tub,
strainer. She's melting into the tub.
and I try not to. Well, let's see.
And then I've got nothing else to do, so I've been
I don't
shower
do
up
well
and
at
go
not
rest.
looking embarrassed.
There is food presented to you guys. I mean, immediately when you enter your rooms again, you find a pitcher of water, a pitcher of wine, cheeses, meats, grapes,
I'll eat them all.
all the different munchies type tray.
Cheese platter.
It takes you a little while to realize, Grug, that there is actually a string near your bed that you can pull. That
Oh, I'm gonna pull it.
Right, and as soon as you do,
Is there more?
less than a minute later, you see,
Yeah, there's no more. Go help yourself.
you hear a rap on the door.
Hello.
And you open it up, you see a slave standing in front of the door. Young man, what may I get you?
Nothing. Just shut the door.
Grog!
I don't need anything. It's a string. I'm gonna pull on it.
Oh god.
And that was that.
Well, it was a young man. If it wasn't a young lady, was it? If it was a young lady, it'd be a little bit different.
Anybody want more?
You're being a gentleman.
No,
I'm
no,
coming to
thank
get
you.
more. You don't want to sit next to Mr. Chauvinist over here.
Rub-a-dub-dub is grog in a dub. I didn't need anything. I just pulled on a string. I'm a wee bit impetuous, as it was pointed out earlier. Diving into swimming pools.
Alright. So once they sit down back at the table, we're going to say the evening has passed unless you guys want to do anything in particular.
Do I notice that it's at the sight of that guy
Roll
that
an
she gets
insight.
embarrassed? Okay.
Ooh.
Oh god, no, I do not.
Do I notice?
You notice that there is a guy there. You notice that your
Barely.
is red.
Oh, don't die.
Inhaling rice is bad.
I will CPR the crap out of you.
No,
Would you like me to
no.
shave first?
Hey Jill,
I'm getting ready for CPR.
just don't cough and have it start to come out your nose because that really hurts.
Fruit Loops when I was 9.
Oh,
Addie, help!
So, the night passes. You guys bathe, you guys eat, you guys are refreshed, you guys wake up with 1 point less exhaustion.
Yay, 0.
Oof. He did say take your time. Maybe you guys want to rest another day. I don't know. Up to you.
We're back up to full health though, right?
Everything else is where it should be.
So I gain my temporary loss of hit points back.
You know, you do.
if I sleep 8 hours, can I get rid of both? Is that only in 4?
This is
That was a good thought, though.
you get normal rest on this. You can't sleep like me on weekends. 16 hours.
You
I
need
can
it,
try.
Ugh.
I can try.
Dang, yesterday I slept for 12.
Yeah, but you work for 17.
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
fair.
you gotta catch up when you can.
So, morning rolls around. You guys are awake, refreshed. There are 2 piles of clothing in your room.
Ooh.
One is the clothing that you had worn when you came back, and one is a pile of clothing that is of the area.
Mm.
I'm gonna ditch my little slave rags. Put on the nice stuff.
I'm gonna dress in the clothes of the area.
Okay.
Yep.
Likewise, I guess.
There's a bag though for gear. I'm gonna stash my clothes though.
You have a backpack, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stash my clothes and wear the clothes of the area. So.
I.
They would be considered traveling clothes.
Do we
So
have
if you want to
any?
put those on your character sheet, you have traveling clothes.
I just did. Oh, that wasn't for me. Okay, sorry. Do
If
we?
you want to put that on your sheet, you have traveling clothes.
I would love to. Thank you.
Do we want? Do we have any healing potions left? Just thinking, if we're gonna go out, adventuring, I don't have any left on me.
I don't think any of the ones I had were used.
No, one of you.
One of
yeah.
them. Well, I think I was there for that though.
Yeah, you were.
No.
You were there. You just weren't conscious. That's the rub there.
So I've still got 1 common and 1 greater.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
You used one of hers in our last
I
session?
used one of them, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you used the greatest.
The bottom.
I thought I used the greater.
I used the most basic
That's why
one when you were
there's a
still
really,
here.
really light mark off on it.
That's the common.
No. Then it was just the common that I used.
Okay.
Because I thought we used the greater for me. Or I
No.
replaced Ashes.
Only one potion was used.
Okay, then we're good.
Someone has a question. Streamless
Oh,
question.
shoot, Moondog, what's up?
Hi, Moondog.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you just saying hello back and forth?
Yeah, I guess.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. What's up?
He said thank you for pointing out that somebody had a question.
Oh.
Are you seeing twins? Who do you think are twins?
Me and Joe. We're not identical.
Okay, now I'm gonna pull up stream because I need to
I'm kind of
know.
curious.
I'm confused.
It's either
No.
me and Andrew.
Okay, which of the two girls? Because there's three of
there's
us.
three, and no, technically none of us are twins. We're just kind of curious as to which one you think.
Well, technically you're a twin.
But my twin is not here.
Yes.
Pennies to pesos, it's you and me because we bound to like blithering idiots.
Ah, the one that has red in their hair.
None of us technically have red
Well,
hair.
take a look at the stream because I know it kind of changes the color.
It does. I'm just amused. Like, pleasantly amused. I don't mind being related to most people here as long as I don't have to adopt the rest of the
Okay, the
families.
two of us.
Yeah. But how often does that happen
They're
that we get mistaken
a
for
lot.
sisters?
They're-
A lot.
They have been mistaken as sisters quite a bit, but no.
And I did live with her and her family for a while, so kind of.
But
Oh god, I'm the adopted one!
yes, you are.
It's been a lie my entire life!
And I'm sure both of the ladies are
You're fine.
extremely flattered at what you just said.
What did you just say that we're flattered at? I'm sure we
But
are.
you're twins.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope I look half that good.
These are both party.
Pretty special.
Wait, are we talking helmet over the head special?
Aww.
You married me, so watch it.
Hey, Darian.
Shut up. That's why I'm putting it down, you jerk.
So, you guys are looking through your gear, getting ready to take off on this journey.
Aw, thank you. He said yes, they should be flattered. They said yes, they
All
should be
three
flattered.
ladies are wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
So you just got a compliment too.
Yay!
Yay.
Thank you.
I told you we
I'm
need to start
fond of
auctioning you guys
I'm
out
very
for some
fond of
money.
you.
I'm married, but he'll probably share for the right price.
Oh.
You we can auction off and I'll just take care of Cody. Her we can just auction off and not have to deal with anyone except me. So,
Well, and they need permission from harem leader too.
Yep.
And this sexy beast.
we can auction you off too.
No, he already said he was working.
Oh god. I'm in over my head, help!
So yes, as I was saying, you guys are looking through your gear, trying to figure out what you need to do for your upcoming journey. What is it you would like to do?
Well, I have no money. Could anyone spot me some sort of health potion?
Yes, Dom, I agree.
I have no money.
Okay, I'm getting in chat, that's
Well,
it.
We're gonna have to go get some money. Cause I
I have 6 gold.
we bunch of brokes.
You can probably ask the Sultan.
Could we ask the Sultan?
Yeah.
Again,
Could we ask the Sultan?
you guys didn't
We never
ask
asked
the
him for
Sultan the
gold.
first
Could
time.
we
That's
ask-
what got
Oh,
you
wait.
in trouble.
I'm going to go see if we can ask the Sultan Pharaoh dude for either some healing potions or something to assist us with the journey.
Great
Thank
sword.
you.
Another great sword. We want more great swords.
Well, then you bloody come to and ask for a great sword.
I will.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know.
You shy now that you have one option.
Maybe.
You cute in the colour.
What?
Not in
Okay.
good coffee.
Okay.
Great
Wow,
coffee.
that just happened.
What about Ash and Kia?
Ash.
What would
Ash
you
wanna
two
do?
like to do?
I'm gonna sleep some more.
So do I.
Whose accent?
Probably mine, but I've got an axe you want to see, and that's my sister. She's adopted, but she doesn't think she's adopted, and I'm really in love with this guy named Utgar Balderkin, and he wears this bear hat, and he's like, I'm the Iron Sign, ting, ting, and he gets in the ring, and he fights, and he's got these war picks, and he's just so bloody sexy.
It's not ting ting, it's tang tang.
Tang is a kick in the glass. He says, ting, tang.
So, Moondog, we actually have 2 more lady gamers who show up on our Wednesday groups. So yeah, we are inundated with the lady gamers, and I am very happy for it.
And
The
you're missing one
lamers.
too.
Yeah, we're missing a
Yeah.
lady.
Taya?
Well,
Oh, yeah,
we've
yes,
got
yes.
Tina, we've got Mel, we've got Paula, we got a lot of us girly girls.
There are
Well, I don't think any of us are. Well,
No.
We have more women in our streams than we do men.
by far.
Patrick,
Lucky
Zach,
bastards.
Me, Tim, and Zach. And
Did you
you
count
just got
Aaron?
Kevin
Did you count Aaron?
and Eric. And we
Yeah.
have 7 women too. So we're tied
Okay.
up.
I think you said Zach twice.
There are 2 Zachs.
Let's just- yeah.
We need to change that.
I know, right? There's Zach with a k and a Zach with a ch.
So we have Zach and
Are they all
Yep.
available for a
Zach.
choice?
Zach.
For me, it's intelligent conversation. I set the bar pretty high. Most people can't afford it.
Hey, it's just the hair down. It's just the hair. All I have to do is turn around and people mistake me.
I like long walks. The perfect date's April 25th because it's not too hot, not too cold, and all you need is a light sweater.
That was one of the best
I love
movie
you
lines
for that.
ever.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, I'm looking for
Just
so
that.
the
Describe your
2 of
perfect
you,
date.
the 2 of you are making your way to the Sultan's chamber again.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh gosh, I'm sure you're just fine.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Moondog, we love it. Thank you for joining us. I love when the community is
Come on.
playing along with us. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Let's go meet the Sultan.
Alright. We're off to see the Sultan, the big Sultan in the pointy hat. I don't know,
We'll
I tried.
walk
It
separately.
sounded better in my head.
You look like a few feet apart from her.
She's never been much of the bard type.
I'm gonna eat,
Okay.
and I'm probably gonna take another bath.
Okay.
You're just hoping that's gonna happen to you too.
What? Never mind. Not going there.
I'm
She
gonna
didn't
eat
deny it.
Not touching that with the
Take another nap. And then take a bath.
Good to know.
So you guys
I'm
make
gonna
your way
grab
to
my
the
coffee.
Sultan's chamber.
Yes, yes, I'm listening. I am sultaning and I'm coffeeing.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. May we trouble you for a few minutes of your time again?
I would be interested in what you have to ask.
We are going to be making our way in the world today because it takes everything you got. All right?
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Nobody else here gets it.
I
Making
Thank
our way
you very
in
much
the
for
world today.
everything.
We were wondering if you had any supplies that we could take.
There are many supplies in the city. Why is it that you come to me?
We are hoping for some assistance because we are broke.
We don't have money and we might get in combat and might
Is
need
that
some
why
money.
you found yourselves with the Master of Whispers?
I wasn't there for that.
He's looking at.
He's looking at Kate.
He's looking at me.
Hey, you!
Yeah, he's looking at Katie.
I'm the baby.
Is that why you found yourself with the Master of Whispers?
Not exactly. See. Oh gosh, how did we end up with him? We were looking for.
You went to jail.
We were looking for Ash, and he had kidnapped Ash, and our coin purses were stolen, and we followed the children back to
So
him.
the answer is yes.
Kind of
You are
yes, yeah.
broke, and it is the Master of Whispers' problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he could have sold Ash and we could have split the profits, but
how many of you are traveling?
4.
There'll be 4.
And
2 for the price of 1. Yes, please.
and when it comes to the equipment, what is it that you are asking?
Either some financial backing or some healing supplies.
It would be much easier for me to give you the financial back.
That works for me.
And you see him write on a piece of paper, very fluidly. He folds it, places a wax seal on it, and holds it out. Take these, and as you go back toward your chambers, ask one of the guards to take you.
Okay.
And
I'm listening.
I am too.
as one of the guards take you to the vizier, he will take care of that request.
We will go meet the brazier. Go ahead.
Vizier, not
Vizier.
Brazier, Vizier. I
I
just,
do not believe many were braziers here.
I found this some of the most supporting things in my life.
And a brazier was not one of them.
Can we move on, please?
Can we?
You know what the best part about rest being green is, makes your face even redder.
She's not wrong.
Has contrasting colors.
Bite you.
There you go. It's
Not bad.
beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I'm afraid of zombies.
So you guys make your way back.
We would love to. Yes. So let's go.
Are you going to grab the rest of the party, or are you just going to go to the vizier?
We probably should get everyone to get. We should probably get everyone together.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, because they'll know what they need more than I will. I don't know what anybody needs.
Now, careful. She's already role-playing in one place. She doesn't need to do it in two at the same time.
Challenge accepted!
No.
But
DM overruled.
DM or sir?
Yes.
We'll talk later.
So you're going to go grab the rest of the group?
I think we probably should.
Alright. So it takes you a minute to find them, and you realize that they're both in the bathhouse.
Hey, Keita, get your clothes on.
Don't wanna. Can't make me.
Or do you want to just give us a list of things you need? We're going to go meet the brazier and get some money.
I just think it's
What
funny
did
that it was
I
the
miss?
DM card and not the husband card.
What did I miss?
I'm picking on the chat because they're picking on her. And me. And, well, all of us.
What do I need? What do I need? I need arrows.
Arrows?
Yeah, I need 4 of them.
I'll get you more.
Give me like a full quiver.
I'll give
In the
you.
midnight hour,
Huh?
you'll cry more. More.
Cry more? More? What?
In the midnight hour.
Oh.
So, moving
Sorry. I
on.
missed the first part.
With a rebel yell.
With a rebel.
I really did miss something. Wow.
I might as well just go with you.
Okay.
You feeling up to it?
Yeah.
You sure? You can stay in the baths if you like.
You know what? Just give me another quiver of arrows.
Alright.
Excuse me for interrupting the game. I need your fatherly skills for a moment. Oh, most wonderful, gracious, generous, kind husband of mine.
And this is how you know it's gone bad.
It's not gone bad. I'm just trying to butcher you up for our daughter. She has a request to make of you, and I'm of a mind to grant it. Katie, scooch, please.
Whoa. Sorry?
Hey!
Sorry?
Hey! Throw a dice at me.
Well,
You saw it. You saw him.
Yeah. Saw it.
Throw a dice at me.
what are you going to do, baby? Boy, if you get out of the bath. Oh, please no. Oh, thank God. Hers is not empty.
That is mine. Well, 2 girls have just got very happy.
That's a very good sound. I don't know what happened.
Sleepover?
Yep.
I was about to say, I can almost guarantee that was the look of, please say yes to sleepover. Please say yes to sleepover.
That's because we've had the look on our face before. We know that look. We know that pleading
I'll be right
girl
there.
puppy dog eyes.
It was fun because I looked at her friend. You really sure you want her to spend the night? You're sure, right?
That's mean.
Is that the one friend that's,
Down past you guys.
yeah, past us?
No, sorry.
Right before
It's
us.
blocked off, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys get the shopping list from the 2 prunes.
Ash wants to come with you.
Oh, Ashley's coming
Yeah.
with? Okay. And
My baby's all grown up, you guys.
it takes you all a minute to get your gear together and head off to find the vizier.
Brazier?
Vizier.
Thank you.
Okay.
We've been over that.
I
We're
don't
so
have
supportive.
front teeth. It's hard to
I'm
enunciate
sorry,
certain
I'm not
words.
trying to be mean.
I like the house one.
Joe, want a crumble suck?
Yeah, right?
She's dying, just making her own joke. Choked on her own joke.
And as you're making your way through the hallways, you do run into a guard or 2 who keep pointing in the right direction to find where the vizier is. And once you show up, you see a slightly older gentleman, probably late 50s, early 60s, who's, when you walk to the room, you can see him reorganizing stuff in the room.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sorry to bother you. We're here with request for some funds from the Sultan. We're on a mission for him. We just needed to pick up some funding. It's upside down.
You took the words out of my mouth, you jerk.
Hold on one moment. He walks to the other side of the room. Oh, whatever. I cannot believe he's being so generous again. He slides what looked like this heavy tapestry on the back wall, moves as though it was made out of nothing. And you see there is a door with a huge combination style lock on it. He messes around with it for a minute, opens the door, and as he does, you notice that there are rows upon rows of shelves.
I didn't happen to see the combination by chance.
Roll me a perception.
I'm just curious. Probably not. 13.
No.
Okay.
You think you caught one of them, but he's done this enough times that he covered up enough of the dirt. But as he opens the door, you see row upon row upon row of different types of treasure. You see vases, you see pictures, you see at one point in time, you swear you saw a gem about the size of a softball just sitting there. And he looks over his shoulder, I guess, steps inside for a moment, comes back out, and he's got 4 pouches in his hand. It takes him about 5 minutes before this happens. Comes back out, 2 pouches in each hand, and you can see his forearms are tense. As he goes, "Here you go."
Thank you.
As you both grab these, you realize that there is a hefty sum inside these bags. It weighs probably close to 3 pounds.
Goodness.
Oh my.
He closes the door, turns
Well, it's
around.
$1,200 an ounce right now.
I'm not using that currency.
Oh, it was worth a
Is
try.
there anything else that you need?
Anything else you need? I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
May I maybe inquire as to why you had the attitude about giving us some money? You said
Oh no,
so
no.
generous
It is
again.
not an attitude toward giving you money. It is the fact that the Sultan is far too generous.
Well, we hope to be worthy of the money that he invests in us.
I hope you are too.
Okay. What's your name?
Why?
Just curious.
You can stay that way.
See you later, Brazier. Thanks for your help, sir.
So the three
should
of you
head
make
back
your
then.
way out. Honey.
Yes, sir. Not my fault.
As you guys make your way out, you make your way back to the rooms. You do find your sister in her room now.
I don't want to get all pruny.
Clothed.
Pony.
Here's your bag.
She's not even a little embarrassed to be naked.
I'm not naked right now.
You were.
Yeah, I was in the bath. That's where you're supposed to be naked.
Alright, so how much gold is in here so we can divvy it up proper like?
Each bag, as you open it up and pour it out, has 450 gold in it.
Oh.
Okay, so 900 total.
Each bag.
We each get a bag. There's 4 bags.
That's a lot.
Never mind.
How much
Thank
was
you,
that
Sultan.
again? How much was that again?
450.
450 for each of you.
Thank you, Sultan.
Let's not get it for so long.
Are you going to carry it in that other pocket again?
Yes,
Yes.
I am.
I'm going to take your phone with you.
I have twitch up. That's it. Sir.
So, now that you have your money,
Going to bed.
Kiara, do you have a backpack still?
It's dirty right now.
Dirty?
School supplies, pencils, markers.
Dirty?
Yes.
It could.
Probably clean it. Yeah.
Oh, she's over.
It's the first time she's had a sleepover at Fred's house.
I thought it was a second.
Camp. But that was a bit different.
Camp's different, yeah. Camp doesn't know.
So, you guys have your money.
My baby! Okay, I'm good.
No, you're not.
Maybe a little.
I'm gonna head to the market.
I'll go with. Not safe to travel alone, you know.
I'm gonna
I'll protect you.
divvy up some of my
Saved you from
gold
hell.
and put like little
I went to
pouches
help
in
order.
different pockets so it's not all hanging right there.
Yep, I get you.
I suppose that's bad.
So you guys have been gifted a brooch by the Sultan. You have been given 450 gold by the Sultan. And you
We'll come
guys
back.
are making your way to... you just missed them getting rich, that's all.
We asked the Sultan for money. He gave us money. Now we're gonna go shopping in the market, and then we're gonna go get into combat and try not to die.
Potentially get into combat. Depends on how far you get.
Okay, well let's get so we can go smash things.
So you guys make your way to the bazaar.
The Brazil. The
The
Brazil.
bazaar.
Bazaar.
The bazaar?
Bizarre.
The bazaar?
Brazaras?
Yeah, the bazaars.
If I ever make a lingerie clothing store, it's gonna be Bras or Us, just because it needs to be.
That's actually okay.
There we go. So
Fun
you
to
guys are now in the bazaar, and this is very much the Middle Eastern style bazaar that is depicted in the movies. You've got stalls all over the place, merchants shouting over each other, the smell of spices in the air, the sound of animals braying, clucking, and making all their various noises. You see fruits, vegetables, meats, you see jewelry, you see trinkets, you see silverware, pottery, everything under the sun that you can think of. This is where you can find it. The buildings that make the square that the bazaar is in, each of them is their own shop too. And it doesn't take very long to realize that those buildings are where you're going to find some of the more, the less mobile wares. Arms and armor.
I'm going there.
I guess I'll go with. I want to see if I can find anything that's maybe a bow that's a bit stronger than the bow I have.
And what bow do you have right now?
A long bow. Nothing. What about any like magic amulets or rings?
Not that you can find in these stores around like that. They don't talk about anything magical.
No, really, like +1 weapons or anything like
Bless
that.
you.
As I just said, as you walk around these stores around the bazaar, on the outside of the bazaar, none
Yeah.
of them talk about magical weapons. They all give you their salesman pitch about how they make the best, strongest, sturdiest armor and weapon that can take down even the largest of the sandworms.
Alright, well then I guess I'm gonna go find some rope. Like maybe 2 or 3 coils of rope. Some healing potions and a nice
150
dress.
feet.
Huh?
150 feet of rope.
That's a good start.
She likes her rope.
Shut up.
Could do some really interesting things with that rope.
Yeah, well what if we run into a cliff, right? And it's like 100 feet deep and we only have 50 feet of rope. Wouldn't it be a pity if I didn't have enough rope?
Don't worry, she's got enough rope to get out of there.
That was great.
You realize that between the 4 of you, if you grab 150 feet of rope, you will have 300 feet of rope.
That's definitely a good start. What if we have to tie somebody up? Not like, that's not helping. But I meant like a bad guy.
Well, they might like it too. I mean,
Can I go find some rope and some bloody healing potions, please?
Should I start taking notes?
If you-
No, that's why I have the video.
What video?
Huh?
Okay, I'm sorry, hold the game. What video?
Catch back up. Do I have to take notes? No, I have the video.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's dumb. Okay.
So, you're grabbing more rope and looking for some healing potions. What are you looking for?
I would also. I think I'm pretty good on equipment. I do not have any potions, so I will also look for potions.
Okay. Kita?
I have one. I have
I'm going to
fascination.
get small arrows,
Okay.
and I would like to get a second quiver, if that's okay.
Mark off 4 silver.
4 silver.
Yes, 4
How-
slivers.
How much did the rope cost me?
If my memory serves correctly, that's going to cost you 1.5 gold.
Is it all
Thank
hemp
you,
rope,
Doc.
Yes,
or do
it's
I
all
get some
hemp
silk? Yay! Thank you. I'm hardly ever online, but I'm trying to get better about it. I really am.
Yep, I just recently set the Twitter handles to our DM faceplates, so you know which one you're talking to when.
DM Thaco, Bard of the North, DM Loxy.
And Reppin' Wolf is hopefully out having fun this weekend because he's had a rough time at work. Alright, pop quiz. What page is that on?
150.
150.
Oh, can we keep her in the book? Can I look at the book, please?
Hey, I was right. I gave you a discount.
Yay, thank you.
So,
It's because of my cute smile, isn't it?
sure, ask.
I
Ah!
wanna
Oh,
get-
my poor wounded pride.
Fill up,
Thank you. I feel
fill
better.
up the quiver I have. That's only 2 arrows, and then buy one other quiver.
4 silver for you as well.
Let's go and rate for potions.
And then I need to get potions.
Alright, so you guys making your way around, you find an alchemist
I
shop
already got my
You
arrows.
recall arrows.
in one of the clay buildings that you make your way to. Many different potions and items sitting around.
Working on it.
Actually, I have a Discord. I'm just finishing setting up all of the things that go along with it. Talking to Twisted, I'm migrating from Streamlabs to Stream Elements. I have to finish a few of the animations and setups, and then I'm going to move my way into opening up a sub-only Discord.
Can we shop from the adventuring gear?
You can tell me what you would like from the adventuring gear,
Okay.
because if you notice, you're not paying the same prices that the book says you are.
It's because we got all some nifty brooches.
That's awesome. What about a vial antitoxin?
Yeah. How many? We have many. There are creatures out there that are very, very venomous, and some that are poisonous too.
I think maybe something to an anti-venom for poison and
How
some
many?
2.
2. That is good.
I'll take 2.
And what is there anything for an anti-paralytic?
Not that I am aware of.
Right.
How about you two?
Um,
I'm gonna make my shopping list.
I'm gonna need that back when you do it.
Oh, here.
Is
Sorry,
there-
I can share.
anything to help
sure will.
with
I think I don't know.
Like- help staying hydrated aside from just water skins?
There are many plants that you can, if you find them in your way through the desert, that reach deep into the soil to find them water. There is the cactus. There are also many smaller plants that you can find that if you can harvest them, they will provide liquid sustenance for you as well. I would avoid, however, eating many of the fruits in your travel, as most of them are toxic.
Gotcha.
Do you have any days rations then that we could pick up?
If you would like rations, I would go into the bazaar proper.
Okay.
I deal mostly with the potions and the antidotes and things of that nature.
I need potions.
What kind of potions? We have many here.
What are your options for the healing potions?
We have common and greater.
I'll take 2 greater.
Okay.
And 2 common.
And oh wow, that's awesome. That one, I forget the prices on those. Quick, fellow DMs, what is the price on a healing potion?
I believe it's 50 gold for greater.
This one says 50 for regular.
Yeah, I thought it was 50 for a regular and 100 for a greater, right?
It
Yes.
doesn't say greater on here, it just says has regular.
I know.
Hold on one sec, I have another book that can tell me this.
Twisted says it's 300.
I thought that was superior.
I thought that was superior as well.
Yeah, we can't afford that.
She's over there safe. And remember to text.
Good.
No, I want to get her one, but that's in the negotiation phase. Like, I don't want her to have one that can go on the internet, but I want her to have something that can
there it
text, like, hey.
You could always get
And yes, actually, Twisted was very close to the price, 300.
Oh
for,
no!
For an uncommon.
Uh-oh.
Twisted has been timed out for 1 second.
300 for an
Oh, yeah.
for a greater.
I turned off all that stuff. Oh, good lord.
It's okay, he gags everyone he likes.
Sorry.
So it's 300 for a greater.
Forgive
what?
me, I will take a look into that. I thought I turned all of that off.
Oh, a donkey. He said a bloody donkey.
Yeah, I got that.
If
Sid,
if it's
Shady
300 for a
Donkey
greater,
Trading
I'll just
District.
get 4 common then.
It's 50 for your it's 50 for your commons and 300 for your greater.
Okay.
That's
I'm
nuts.
gonna just do 4 commons then.
So can we maybe, is there any way that we could work out a deal since there's going to be 4 of us?
Yes.
Can we maybe get some sort of a discount on picking up a whole bunch of
Well, then
potions?
before you start taking these potions, how about you let me know what you are getting?
Let's do that. So I want 2 antitoxins and 2 healing potions.
Well, the antitoxins, they are very cheap.
Okay.
Oh gosh, you just did it again!
I'm stop it!
Just use the bots.
Oh, careful now because there's too many capitals.
I was gonna say, I haven't done that in a long time, Joe.
That's because I'm trying out new software and I don't think I have the settings right.
This is really fun. Just start typing in bad words and see which ones go through.
Okay, let's all
How
go.
many-
No!
How
Everybody
many
go.
exclamation points?
Yeah, how many exclamation?
Alright, so for potions.
I would like just 2 regulars because just in case like you're dying and I'm like,
Oh god, we found one!
Alright, stop it.
What?
I just turned it off. Now you guys stop swearing in my chat.
Because he said that, and it deleted it. So then he said that, and then it
Oh gosh.
timed out all of yeah. I wonder if
I just turned off that sensor.
Exactly.
Oh god.
You guys are doing that while I'm in the process of adjusting the bots or timing everything out. Stop it!
It's like trying to get the car door. It won't open. Quit pulling the handle. It won't open!
Oh, you freaking dorks. I love you guys.
we can get manacles.
Ooh.
So, sorry. I have to
Let's
rate
do that.
now that you guys have completely destroyed my train of thought.
We have a shopping list.
Alright.
Checking it twice.
We'll start from the top of the list.
Isn't that
Katie.
nice? Yeah.
How many antitoxins do you want?
2, please.
Grub, 2. Katie. Kita. Sorry.
4, please.
4 antitoxins?
Yeah.
And Ash.
4 antitoxins.
Okay,
and
so 4, 8, 10, 12.
Kita, don't forget
then that
catnip.
doesn't count.
3 is that's
Common.
30. That's 36 silver in total.
And that doesn't come for common.
Those are
potions.
antitoxins.
Those are just the
I can
antitoxins.
cover all those. That's fine.
All right.
I'll pay you
Ooh,
back
we
in a
can
bit.
get silk rope.
Now,
Ooh.
well, no,
Ooh.
silk rope is on that list.
Doesn't mean you can get it in this room.
Right? True.
So,
Just gave me goosebumps.
Yes, we can get manicures and pedicures here.
Manicures and manacles are next theme.
Oh God.
Common healing potions.
Please.
2, 3.
let's all do different numbers to mess them up.
Wait, no. Here we go.
Are you done?
Wait, now I'm appropriate.
5.
Because technically I was saying
11.
6.
That, because you are getting so many, I will make a discount on that one. With the fact that you are getting 12 of these, I will mark it down. You can get the entirety for, will be nice, 2,400 gold.
What?
200 gold apiece.
For.
Oh, sorry, I was doing greater.
Oh my god, we
I was
all
about to
just
just
peed
kill this guy and take it off.
Oh
We just all plug it on it.
We need to clip that.
This sounds really good. This sounds
That will be 480 gold.
God. Okay, that makes more sense.
For 12.
412, yes.
Okay.
Well, all
Don't
three.
try it, kids, it's bad.
So 480.
Math, it's the gateway drug to calculus.
Dropped it down to.
It's
Do 480 divided by 12, and then that number is how much we each pay for each one.
Well, I'm getting 2. So here's.
Hold on,
And I'm
hold
getting
on.
three.
100
Hold on
gold.
a minute. Are you
Oh.
looking for any of the greater healing potions? Because again, I will make a small discount if you are capable.
No, thank you, sir. He's candy.
That would be 40 gold apiece.
What?
That would be 40 gold apiece.
So it's going to be 120 for me.
And how many were you getting, Ash?
I have 2, 3, 4, and 2.
160. I had to pay 160 gold because I was getting 4.
And I'm getting 2, so that's.
And that's 2d4 plus
I
4.
figured out one of our first t-shirts that we have to get.
Okay.
Math is the gateway drug to D&D.
Yes. And how. We don't want any graders?
I'm not interested, but that's up to you. I'm not the healing type.
Even if we
Yeah.
get just 1 grader, because we have 1 grader.
I don't know, that's really expensive.
Yeah.
Because a normal one's 2d4 plus 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Grader
And a
is
grader's
44 plus 4.
44 plus 4.
I think we're good
No,
without the
I'm glad you agree.
I'm good.
I'll have to work on the artwork for it now.
Alright, I have my shopping list then.
That is all for you then?
That's it for me.
And with that, he starts gathering up all the different vials and things. And you notice that he actually provides you guys with a really interesting device. It's a strip of leather that he can slide the vials into, holding them separately, very much like a bandolier.
That's interesting.
That's
And
awesome.
these should be able to keep them from being damaged.
Thank you.
Wait, how many?
I grabbed it first.
How
That's
many antitoxins did I get? I got
I
2.
believe you
Yeah,
got
let's put
4
on the one who's gonna rush into
anti-venoms.
battle
4,
and get
that's right.
smashed.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be me either.
And how many? How much was the antivenoms?
The anti-venom was 36 silver for the entire thing, for the entire group.
And she paid for the.
Okay.
I paid for all the antitoxins.
Okay. How many?
We got
A lot.
quite a few.
12.
She's talking antitoxins, not potions.
Potions in total, you got 4, 7, 9, 11.
Just
You got
Okay.
11 potions in total,
okay, perfect.
and 12 antivenoms.
Okay.
So, You made your way out of the alchemist shop?
Now I'd like to head over and grab some food.
Alright, as you start making your way through the bazaar,
And arrows.
you have your choice.
I thought they already grabbed arrows.
They did.
Okay, I forgot to grab arrows.
4 silver.
Thank you.
Well, hold on. Are you grabbing another quiver?
Yeah.
4 silver. For some reason, that throws you guys off. It is super cheap buying arrows here.
Bacon wrapped chicken. Yes, I'm not sure where that came from, but yes.
What? Ooh, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
right? I wish I could do that, but that requires teeth.
So we can puree it.
No.
Maybe that's what I'll do for
Ew.
the next time I
Just
meet
chew
dinner.
it for him and feed him like a baby bird.
Oh, gross.
Ooh, open your mouth, Joe.
Not my king.
Stuffed
Not my
bacon
king.
wrap.
I would like ball bearings, caltrops, chalk, a grappling hook, a healer's kit, ink, a mess kit, iron spikes, a 2-person tent, and manacles.
I would also like manacles.
And how are you going to carry all of that?
In my backpack.
Her backpack of holding.
It really wouldn't be. The tent rolls up on top, and the mess kit isn't very big. Ball bearings, cantrips, it's all really small. It would all fit in a backpack. It would.
With the exception of one thing.
The tent?
Yeah, that tent is going to. It doesn't
Well, yeah.
fit into the backpack.
No, it rolls and sits on top. You forget I have a mini bag of holding.
Anybody else got a shopping list that they want to work on?
Do you want me to price it out?
Read it to me one more time.
Ball bearings, caltrops, chalk, grappling hook, healer's kit, ink, mess kit, iron spikes, 2-person tent, manacles.
Why are you getting ball bearings?
Because they could come in handy. What if there's a thing that looks odd and we go, Foing! But those are yours, not mine.
I got a bag with 1,000 ball bearings.
So do I.
Well,
We can
haha.
share the ball bearings.
I want balls of my own.
Fine, get your own balls.
I will.
I was gonna also get caltrops, but now I can't because my sister said she was getting it, and I don't want to
I was
copy
being-
it.
Well, how about
Caltrops,
this?
anyways.
I'll get the caltrops, you have the ball bearings, and we'll both share like siblings are supposed to. Mom would be happy. Deal?
Can I get caltrops?
Okay.
And
Scratch the ball bearings, add the caltrops.
component pouch.
That just happened.
Component pouch?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
And
We're getting
Component
caltrops.
pouch for what?
So, I don't know, because we might need them.
Can you actually use
You're a
them?
holy caster, not an arcane caster.
Fair enough.
Technically, you don't really need it.
The only
Okay.
thing you need is
They
your
can really
holy
make the
icon.
battlefield.
Okay.
No,
So
I
I
know what
still
they are
get
in
the
real life.
caltrops?
I just didn't know if you could use an icon.
Can I get a climber's kit?
You can dream it, you can be it.
No, nobody seems to have one.
Sorry.
It seems that climbing mountains in the desert isn't a very common
What?
sport.
Weird.
I was just thinking for as many times as we've had to try and climb down.
I understand.
So, no grappling hooks or iron spikes then?
No grappling hooks. You do find iron spikes.
Okay, scratch grappling hook.
And ink, when you start looking into that, surprises you greatly. As
Okay.
they want 25 gold for an ounce.
Ouch.
Okay, then what about chalk? Because I can use that instead.
Chalk is relatively cheap.
Alright, scratch the ink. I want a couple pieces of chalk.
The chalk,
Yeah,
yeah, the chalk you get for 1 copper each.
perfect. How big is the chalk sticks?
About 3 inches.
Perfect.
I already have a crowbar.
Do that again?
About 3 inches.
Okay.
Wait, how much was 3 inches?
What about that?
So you can actually tell the truth.
Yeah, I was impressed. The first time it was more like that, and I was like, kiss me again!
I would like to get a spare water skin.
The caltrops, you guys cannot find any made. However, when you talk to one of the blacksmiths, he says he is capable of doing it. But caltrops are not common as they really don't settle well in the sand.
What about tripwire?
It's just a string of metal.
Roy, can we get some?
Yeah?
Cool.
Get 2 of those.
How long would it take you to make the caltrops?
3 days.
And we're leaving tomorrow. Thank you for the offer, though. If you have the tripwire, we'll make it work.
The tripwire, we can give you. Regular spool is close to 10 feet, so
Okay.
we can do that. That's going to cost you 7 gold.
Okay. For one spool of 7 feet.
Yes. 10.
10 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet, 7 gold.
Right. What about?
No, I'm pretty good about it. That's about 3 inches.
Yeah, man, I got like 3 inches. Totally.
Dude, I caught a 3-foot northern.
It was big.
That big.
Anyways,
As all the women are just like, yep, let him finish.
We've all heard that one before.
I also want to get a whetstone.
Yeah.
It's really dry out there.
I want a dry stone.
And I'll use my spit to make it wet.
WHET, not WET.
Yeah, you can grab yourselves whetstones. That's fine.
Oh, speaking of which, blacksmith dude,
Sir.
please,
Dude said.
dude sir, I would like to get my
There we go. We'll just name him Deucer.
Deucer.
Blacksmith Deucer.
Works.
Can I get my dagger sharpened?
Cost you 3 copper.
Cool.
What does that do?
It makes them so they cut people easier.
Oh.
Maybe they'll give my dice advantage.
Oh, goodness sakes.
What?
I just thought. I'll ask you afterwards.
Okay.
There's no mattress in the trailer.
I don't think we'll have to worry about that.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Food, yep, food's all I need.
What kind of food are you looking for? Are you looking for dried meat, dried fruit?
You know, just something that's gonna stay good for
hard
traveling. Any,
all of that.
yeah, any of it. I'll take whatever's cheap. I'm a half orc. I don't really
How
care.
many days worth?
Oh gosh.
I mean, how many can I carry? How big is a ration? Like a day's ration? Is it just like a MRE?
Yeah.
Take 10 of them.
Perfect.
Stuff them in my bag.
Perfect. 10 rations. That's going to cost you 4 silver each.
Okay.
So 40 silver total?
For him. You guys are buying other stuff at the moment.
I would also like to buy rations, but I only need 5 more.
You're still in a blacksmith shop.
Oh yeah.
40 silver. What's the conversion to gold?
Anything else that
10
you want from the blacksmith?
So 10 silver is 1 gold.
Aw, thank you.
Don't sue me, but the girls in this stream are cuter and more charming.
I agree. That's why I like playing this game with them. And I even married one of them.
Guilty. By association only.
I mean, you did sign a contract, so it's
It's not really a contract. It's kind of a. It's a.
It is a binding legal
Legally binding.
Yeah, it's a
Document.
binding legal document
So yes.
Like
that I had to sign too, technically.
Like the Declaration of
Okay,
Independence.
you were one of the signers?
I thought so.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Her and
I thought it was
don't,
Aaron and I.
I don't know who signed.
Her and Aaron were the two.
Yeah.
Someone pays attention. This is why he married me, because he's just.
I
he
was
needs me.
entertaining the guests. You were doing the documentation.
No, I think it was Dad who was on top of making sure it was signed.
Yeah, very much true. Your dad did most of that. So,
Okay, I'm good. If you
anything
guys
else
are,
from the
whatever else you
blacksmith
need.
that you girls are
Oh.
looking for?
I'm just a witness.
Can I get a witness?
Nope.
You were
I
also
got-
a maid of honor.
I did get the spool of
Damn,
I
that's
did
one.
get a spool of tripwire.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Rations. What kind of rations are you looking for, Kita?
For years.
Also,
What?
What
Me?
kind of rations are you
Rations,
looking for,
okay.
Kita? Is it you can find dried meat, dried fruit, hardtack, breads, etc.
Dried fruit, yummy.
Actually, yeah, I want to get some like dried fruits and stuff to hopefully fight off scurvy.
I died of dysentery.
Desert scurvy, my favorite.
You used to get me on the Oregon Trail all the time.
I know, right?
The Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah, when you have scurvy, your organs leave a trail. I'm kidding. That's not how that works.
I'm sorry, is it Oregon?
That the if you're buying dried fruits, it's a little bit more expensive.
Mm.
It's going to be 6 copper. Yeah, 6 copper.
Okay.
Wait, copper,
Silver,
you told
silver, 6
Oh,
silver.
phew.
6
I'm
silver.
gonna go back to that guy's shop and kick
Per
his
day.
ass.
6 silver per day of ration for that.
I'm gonna get just a regular
That's
rations.
4 for everyone.
So 6 times 5 is 30.
Yeah, Yes, the Oregon Trail.
My favorite CSI episodes start with Oregon trails.
All you Minnesotans pronounce it wrong. It's not Oregon, it's Oregon.
It is Oregon.
Oregon.
No.
Oregon?
Oregon.
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 It's O-R, a teeny little E, and then G-U-N. Oregon.
The A almost doesn't exist when you say it. It's like you don't say
Oregon.
Louisiana. It's Louisiana.
Louisiana.
It's not Oregon though. It's Oregon.
Like it's Illinois,
So
not
it's a teeny
Illinois.
little E.
Like the difference between
Or-
bag and bag.
I want
It's
to
a bag.
brain
It's a bag.
people that say Illinois.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
Okay,
Illinois.
Jim. Since you're from California,
Oh.
is it bag or bag?
It's bag.
It's a
I
bag.
can't say bag.
Yeah, it's not bag.
No, it's bag.
It's bag.
It's bag.
It's a bag.
It's a bag.
It's a bag.
It's a bag.
It's
Hey,
bag.
hey guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh.
This is what happens on stream.
I love the
Sorry,
fact,
that
I
was
love the
bad.
fact that everybody went, what?
Boy, that's 10 minutes of that's bag. Bag.
There's a difference between saying that's a bag and I'm begging for something.
Yes.
Correct.
Agreed.
So, you guys are
Bag.
still wandering through the
Bag.
bazaar.
Sorry, we're back on it. Yes, there are bags in the bazaar.
We're at it again.
We're back in.
I'm going to throw everything in the bag.
We're here.
I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna go put something in my bag.
So, what
I'm
else?
begging for a
What
bag.
else would you guys like?
Begging
Because
for a
you guys
bag.
just got rations.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready
I
to
still
sleep
need
again.
Oh, you're
healer's
trying-
kit,
shit.
manacles, and a mess kit.
Manacles you cannot find.
Aww.
Mess kit and healer's kit, you find each of those. The mess kit is relatively cheap because there's lots of travel going on.
Gotcha. I got enough
Um,
rope. We can just make them.
The mess kit is only going to cost you the 2 silver.
Woo!
The healing kit, that one is a little bit more challenging because finding those types of herbs and poultices and whatnot can be very difficult.
Right.
Especially in the desert.
It's going to cost you 8 gold for that.
I'll pay it.
Oh, I just lost it.
Don't judge me.
When you find it again,
Spices.
what kind of spices?
Like salt and the pepper
The
and
basic spices?
Garlic.
garlic, yeah, garlic.
Garlic you cannot find.
Onion,
Yes, onions you do.
paprika.
Do they know about second breakfast?
I don't think
Lemons.
so.
You find
Afternoon tea.
you find a lot of decent spices there, and even some of the ones from back home. A lot of the ones you're not familiar with, but they smell and taste similar to some things that you have used before.
Perfect.
But again, those are kind of expensive. Spices are one of the commodities around.
And cardigan.
You can find a pound of assorted spices for 10 gold.
A pound
That's a lot.
is a lot. I'll go halvesies with you.
Fair. So halvesies.
Yeah.
You know that salt used to sell for more than its weight in gold. Just saying.
Because salt was worth it. Definitely worth it.
Well, sometimes that's just the point I'm making. If you get a pound of salt.
Is that window behind you open? Because if it's not, we
I
should.
don't think so.
It is a little bit. It's
Okay.
like that much. It's about 3 inches open.
It's about 3 inches.
I love you guys so much right now.
Sorry. We're back. Grog never left.
Any
Rogues
other
have the
shopping
reason
before we
we're
move
going.
on?
Grog's ready to take a nap for the night.
Any other shopping before we move on?
No, but before we leave, I would like to go to a temple.
Okay.
It never pays ill to, make nice with the gods of a land. And especially as we know so little about them, it might just be nice to drop in and go, hey, we're not from here. Sorry, we don't know much, but we're going to try to do right by the world here.
Oh,
Help if able, please. Love you too, bye. I don't know. I'm not a religious type. I'm not
We could-
Pentecostal here.
We could stop at Roll's Temple. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, backtracking a little bit back to the blacksmith.
Okay.
I want to find out what my 3-prong thingy is.
Oh! We each have a 3-prong thingy.
Yeah.
That was a good idea.
I was waiting for that one to come around.
A fork. That's an awkward fork because if you stab with this one, your mouth can't reach to the other side.
You have what is referred to as a sight.
A side.
A side? I've heard of this berry.
No. You are not listening. You have a sight.
Oh.
It is a weapon that can be used in very close combat. It is a difficult one to understand as it can be used for many purposes, anywhere from defense to offense. But unlike your modern weapons that you have, it is not meant for penetrate. It is meant for bludgeoning.
Phrasing.
Got it.
Sorry.
It's all your fault.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Anything funny about this scimitar that I found? Anything you can tell me about it? Sorry, whoever I just kicked.
It was me, it's okay.
I
It
wouldn't
is,
penetrate that
it is a
either.
wonderful quality, but it is a basic scimitar.
That's what I needed to know, thank you.
Did you, yeah, you got your gear back, so you have your great sword.
Haven't you heard me not bitch about it for the last
This is true.
3 hours?
This is true.
Behave.
God, I need my sword. Where's my sword? I want to find my sword. Oh, look, a swimming pool!
Where's my sword?
And that is my game.
That's kind of how that happened.
So yes, you have much of your gear now. Anything else you guys want to do before making your way out of town? You do not find so much a temple as you do find places of worship.
Alright, well I just want to stop briefly to place of worship and
You walk up and you see that there are many different idols on what looks to be one large altar, but it's tiered. And as you see, there are, from your guess, 13 different idols here,
oh goodness
with
sakes.
one standing above all the rest.
Is it Osiris?
You're not sure.
Is there anyone around that I could ask? Hi, Big Wheezy.
Hello.
What's up, Big Wheezy?
Frostbeard, yay!
Well, we're in the desert, so your beard won't be too frosty.
Yeah.
There are a few people worshiping here.
Okay, I will wait till someone's not like mid-prayer.
Okay.
Excuse me. Is that Osiris?
Yeah, the father of all gods stands on the top of the pyramid. The one at the apex of power, yes.
Hi, Aurora.
Hey!
Aurora!
I'm not from here. Can you just give me a quick rundown? I'm familiar with Osiris a bit, Apep and Ra. I guess I didn't realize there was more.
It is an entire family. Each one has its own place in the universe. They affect everything from rain to harvest to birth to the movement of the sun. All the things are handled by the gods.
I see. Thank you. And I'll just offer a quick prayer to Osiris and
It is Osiris.
Osiris.
I just said that.
Yay!
Oh, no.
Are you?
I don't know.
Are you
I
there?
thought
Love everybody.
Are we? Oh.
All the love.
We have a big fan here too because it is hot.
Woo! And I'm a stranger in your land, but please help me set things right and get back to my love book, God.
Who are you talking to?
You're not there.
Oh, I thought all 4 of us walked in here, sorry.
I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know either.
You were all walking together.
Yes,
right?
we were.
Okay, fine. You guess you're there. I'm not talking to you. I'm praying.
Alright.
I'm trying to.
Quit eavesdropping on your prayers, you heathen.
You just call me a heathen?
A little bit.
I'm not from the
I'm gonna
heat.
send a quick prayer to any of the gods listening. If you can't help us, please don't hinder us. We're trying to set things right.
Whoa.
You know, that's
Probably
that's
a
not
better prayer than
terrible
mine.
prayer.
That's a prayer than mine.
If you can't help us, please don't hinder. But if you can help, please.
Fair enough.
That seems like a good request.
So you guys finish up your respective. Well, I cannot speak now.
Respected.
You
Durvista.
finish up your respective prayers, And it does not take much effort to find your way to the west side of the city and the great gates that let you out.
Wait, we need to go back to the palace to go sleep again.
You guys have only spent about an hour out in the bazaar.
It'll be alright.
Yeah, but I still have a point of exhaustion.
So do I.
Yeah.
Eh.
So
Do we want? Not yet. Working on it. Do we?
Yeah,
Do we-
I haven't killed him yet. We're just leaving the city. Do you what?
May we stay one more night?
What are you going to do in the city for the rest of the day?
Oh.
The next 12 to 14 hours.
I say we start. We have a ways to go, and as long as we're careful, it'll be alright.
Could we get mounts?
I don't know. Have you tried?
I want to ride a bloody camel! One number two. How do you like your camel?
Not
Just a thought. I mean, we're gonna be traveling through the desert. It might be helpful to have something that will,
Yeah, that or make friends with one of those
Buttercup, heck yeah.
I still love you.
So you guys are going. You bring up that you're going to look for a camel.
Yeah. Or any type of mount that can do well in the desert.
that would be a
You
camel.
could do camels or horses.
I want a camel.
Dude, we've got all the
It
horses.
depends.
You're on the
That
wrong
was my
side of the
favorite type of
river.
cigarette.
You guys
Also depends.
find your way to a place that seems to have these large, lumpy creatures.
Mom?
What?
Apparently, his mother was a camel.
Large
don't know
lumpy
the name of
animals.
it.
He said it was a joke.
I don't think we ever heard the name of it.
Oh. Apparently, his mother was one of those large lumpy thingies.
Yeah, give me a
I
camel.
want to go
A camel,
inquire.
that's what they're
They're
called?
called camels. I said it 3 times.
A camel.
Camel.
If you say it in front of a mirror 3 times.
Freudian slip is when you say one thing but you mean your mother. Yeah, so I want to go inquire about the price of a camel.
Okay.
I would.
Camel.
One pack of 2.
Well, the two of us could share one. That might be a little more cost effective. So,
Can we? Yeah, how much do they cost?
Yeah, and Ash and me will share one. It'll be a great time.
have fun with that.
I just got weird.
I'll take front. I got
No,
front
you
hump.
won't.
Alright.
You go front.
I got front
See,
hump.
I heard about this. I heard about this elf who had to share a horse with a paladin, and apparently paladins can get very frisky. So you might want to be careful.
We'll get my own
What type
camel.
of paladin? Like, what was the race? I can almost guarantee you with none of high elf.
What, high elf's a square? Is that what you're saying?
No, we're just very picky.
Hello, sir. Are you the camel man?
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like-
I'm the camel.
We would like some
My
camel.
name is Joe.
Hello,
You're the camel man.
Joe.
I am Joe Camelman.
My name is the camel man. We would be interested in purchasing some camels. How much do camels cost nowadays?
I can give you an entire loadout, all of the gear and the animal itself for 75
Camel.
gold.
75 gold.
Yes.
Oh god, I just got it! Camel Johnson, I get it. It took me a minute.
This is probably your favorite stream.
So far, this has been an amazing day. It will be 75 gold, and you can take the animal, the bridle, the saddle bags, all of these for 75 gold.
I'm
That's
sorry.
actually a pretty
I
good price.
will happily take a camel, sir. May I pick the
You may
biggest
pick
and
whichever one.
strongest?
You may pick whichever one you like.
I want the
I
biggest and
have-
strongest one.
I have a shut up and take my money moment as I give him my 75 gold. And can I roll animal handling to see if I can make friends with any of them?
Yes, 9, you can.
I'm gonna get a camel.
I will actually
Thank
do
you,
the.
Big Weezy.
I'll-
Oh
I will do the same. I want to go pick out my animal that responds best to me.
no! I would also like to go look at the animals to see if one responds
Definitely.
particularly.
We're going to have fun here. Then we're going to have some fun.
And I'm going to name
Okay,
him.
hold on.
Make your animal handling rolls and keep those numbers.
I'm gonna use 9 dice for this.
You already rolled.
Oh,
See,
Yeah.
you already
I
rolled.
keep that one.
Keep your roll.
That's bad though.
We're going to start with. We'll start with Grog.
20.
You rolled a 20 on your animal.
I rolled
handle.
a 16 and I have 4.
Right. So you rolled
Yes.
a 20 on your animal handle.
I'm gonna need help.
The
Yep.
the
me
camel
too.
that you make your way to,
Aurora just said, watch out, they spit. It's gonna
the
spit out.
camel that you make your way to, as you start to pet this thing and try and get comfortable with it, at some point in time you must have found a ticklish spot or something of that nature as its head whips around and thumps you.
Aww.
In a good way.
More like swatting a fly type thing,
Aww. So cute.
but it doesn't seem to be aggressive to you at all.
I like this one. Felipe.
Alright, that is your creature.
Put it
Name it
Yes.
as you will.
Putting him in my
What did you
equipment
roll?
list.
10
A
total.
As you make your way to your respective beast, you run up and, like the giddy little schoolgirl that you are, wrap your arms around this thing and give it this ginormous hug.
Oh shit.
And as you do,
I'll get it.
the creature reels
Oh
backwards.
shit. Oh crap.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As you catch it off guard,
I need to start stretching.
it takes a couple steps, looks down at you as you're apologizing now to this thing, and just kind of
Uh-oh.
Oh
What do
and
they
just stares at you.
What do they like for treats? I'm gonna ask Joe. Excuse me, Camel Joe. What do they like for treats?
Mostly vegetables.
I'm gonna take out some of my and
You can continue.
I want to offer it to my camel and can I roll animal handling again
No, it
in
starts
another
to
way?
eat. And
You're lovely.
yeah,
18.
18.
Good job.
You, as you approach your
It might
camel,
blow.
No, it's good.
the creature turns and looks at you before you even get to it. And as you approach, it's already leaning down. Starts sniffing you before you even get to it. It
Must
takes
scratch
half a step toward you.
Aww.
It
It likes me.
it likes you.
Yay!
It's not going like me.
So wait, so 75. Oh god, math. So that's
Sorry, that was my belly.
That's something dinosaur.
And what did you roll, Ash?
Oh.
In total?
I have a
Ouch.
0 animal handling.
Oh,
I rolled
God.
a 2.
So
I'm gonna get kicked and spit at.
you,
Maybe it's because
Sorry.
I'm 50.
forgetting all of the important rules there are to dealing with quadrupedal beasts that are used for riding and other work, just walk up to the nearest beast.
I also look funny to them too.
Oh no, it's even worse than that. It doesn't see you. It's facing the other direction.
Oh no.
You walked up to the
walked
southbound
up
and
to its
northbound camel.
Trying to ride its butt.
And put your hand on its hindquarters. And I need you to roll a dexterity save.
Oh no!
Oh god, honey.
What did you
I'm
roll?
gonna throw these dice in the garbage.
Well, maybe if you rolled off your paper.
Just give me a
Dex
d20.
save.
A dexterity save, yep.
10.
Give it to me.
10? Fantastic.
That's all 3 of them.
Okay, give it a minute.
As you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing kicks you. You kind of believe you startled it.
You know what I said I would do to you if you kept grabbing the backs of my thighs as we walked up the stairs today? That's what it just did to you.
Actually, Twisted, I was thinking about the hippopotamus video.
Okay.
Never stand behind a sneezing cow.
There's one more.
That too.
I can't find the other one. You're gonna have to wait.
How about you just
It's
stand
glow in the
up?
dark.
Stand up.
Ooh, can
No,
I check?
it's
Stand up.
not there. It's dislodged.
Stand up.
Found it.
There we go.
It's so like.
Wait a minute.
on the floor.
Something just dropped.
Shut up. It got caught in my bra, and then I moved my bra, and I could feel it just running down my leg.
That's why you never fart when you're
Alright,
standing.
Which story, Twisted Drake?
Huh?
I don't know.
It's somewhere under the folds of my dress.
Alright, so you guys now have your mounts.
It's right here.
Am I the only one that named mine? You guys are a bunch of.
Wait, no, I'm gonna
Well,
name
I'm
mine.
naming mine.
What was it, Rodrigo?
Felipe.
Yeah.
You just named your camel Felipe.
Yeah.
Why not?
You.
Where were you? I did this 3 minutes ago.
Mine's Lucy.
In the sky with diamonds?
Ooh.
No, the camel's Lucy.
I love Lucy.
You just
No,
ruined
no,
it for
no.
me. You just ruined it for me. Now I can't name her Lucy.
So,
Mine's gonna be named Balthazar.
you're naming yours Balthazar.
Yes.
Alright,
I'm
I
naming
know.
mine Imhotep.
Do you even know? What do you even know who that?
Imhotep?
Wait, hold on.
I was gonna say,
Hold on.
do you have a name for your beast of burden?
The one that just
Yeah.
kicked the shit out of you.
My camel's name's Jocelyn.
That's an in-joke for everybody. Jocelyn is technically Ash Hat's brother.
Younger brother. Yeah. When I created Jocelyn and Ash, they're brothers. And it's funny because Jocelyn's younger but taller than Ash.
And doesn't let him forget that.
Nope, it doesn't let him forget it.
Alright,
Yeah, my camel's name is Jocelyn.
so with this,
Switching his ass.
the group now has their herd of camels that they're riding.
Alright.
They are heading west out of the city toward the first oasis that apparently was affected by the Death Eater, what they know as a lich.
And
What's
it's
the
Leo
walking
Toad
speed of a
Mercury.
camel?
Hmm?
What's the walking speed of a camel?
Kitty,
Biddy?
kitty.
What's the unladen
So-
airspeed of an African swallow?
I don't want to talk about travel speed. It's so dumb.
We had that.
Oh,
We
God.
had that.
I'm not even-
That's why you have DMs that go, that's stupid. It's double your movement speed.
Thank you. It still should be more than that, but thank you for that. at
I
least.
completely redid travel speed for my homebrew.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. African or Europeans, brother?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Ah!
Alright, so we're on our
While you
camels
guys-
with names.
While you guys are making your way through this desert toward the oasis,
Oasis.
you guys notice two things that are rather intriguing. The first is the sun has actually not moved since you got here. Being told that the sun hasn't moved, you guys have been paying attention to it, and it has stayed in its exact spot. You guys would recognize it as being late afternoon.
Super thirsty.
It'd be late afternoon from what you guys would recognize if the sun was moving properly. Your body clock, on the other hand, tells you that it's still fairly early in the morning.
Gotta love them body clocks.
The
You know vampires.
yeah, right.
You know, vampires suck. I agree.
Actually, there are vampires. They sparkle, don't you know?
No, they don't.
No.
This table will mutiny.
Team
way.
Jacob.
The hell you are.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Okay. Anyway.
Moving on.
Moving.
There is also the only one of you guys that recognizes it exactly for what it is Grug, but all of you recognize that there is a storm on the horizon.
Great.
Grug, you recognize it as
Yes, they
a
do.
sandstorm.
Sandstorm.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Thank you.
Enough.
How far away is it?
Quite a distance. It's on the horizon. The only reason you guys recognize it's there is because the horizon is that dark.
I now
But
feel the urge to DDR.
Right?
I need
So do I.
all
oh my
of
gosh.
you to roll a survival for me.
Crap.
Alright, have a good night. Be safe.
Oh crap. Oh wait, no, I'm lucky. I'm
Take
happy.
care.
I can reroll ones.
Right?
Have fun at work.
Are you
Oh,
freaking kidding me?
Wow, good job. So much for lucky.
Oh my gosh, goodness, love.
So let's start from the top. Katie.
Katie?
Katie.
Oh, that's me. That's a 13.
Grug.
16.
I got confused.
Ash. Phil. Kita,
Did you roll with
one
the one
moment.
today?
what are you trying to figure out?
Can I re-roll the
No,
one that
you
I
only get
re-rolled?
one try.
Darn it.
This one's good, but it doesn't go that way.
And you said survival?
Yep.
It's still an 8!
Alright. So 16 and 13.
Yes.
They've got to be weighted weird.
Between the two of you, with the sun not moving properly, it's a little bit confusing as to what the cardinal directions are. But between the two of you, you work it out, and you're heading, to the best of your knowledge, you're heading almost due west. There are a few landmarks that you can work with,
Should have got a compass.
and with the sun not moving, you're starting to work it out like a North Star type situation.
Oh, gotcha.
Using that and the reference points from the city for directionality, you're pretty sure you can navigate this way.
And so you're supposed to go west.
Yep. So
No,
you
it's
guys are
supposed to be
heading.
next.
You guys are heading west, or as close to due west as you feel you can with the information that you have. And there is a storm on the horizon. If your guess is anywhere near accurate, it's a few days away. And with that, we will pick up.
But
with
I
our
like this
next Sand and
campaign.
Magic.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
much appreciate having chat involved like you guys were today. That was fantastic.
We love you all.
Thank you for being patient.
Yes.
Glory rolls, that I think would be a fun stream name.
That's interesting. It's a little awful, but in a good way.
It's got that wonderful dark humor thing to it. I like glory rolls.
Let's see. What is this? Is Sunday, so
It's
Wednesday is.
Strahd.
Oh gosh, this Wednesday's mine.
Yes,
Woo!
Wednesday Strahd.
So Wednesday, Curse of Strahd, no theme. However, we have about a month and a half before that party doubles, at the very least.
Saturday is going to be Adventures in Loromir. I am not going to be taking off that day. And then Sunday will be.
Dragon Heist.
Dragon Heist. Wait.
And we'll
so,
see how badly Nilo can F things up that time.
Hey, I am doing my best.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again about Saturday.
I will be here Saturday.
Okay, so you're not going to be gone.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
mean, I'm not-
With
never
that, thank you everybody. We will catch you later.
Moondog, go ahead and send me a message on Twitter if you want, or through Dragons in the Dining Room. Any discourse about Curse of Strahd is up. I've homebrewed about a third of it because there's so much that I don't feel like really meshes in the adventure. To each their own, but yeah, I'm totally open for any discussion on that.
Take care. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Hit us up on Twitter
Bye.
or Facebook, and check out our YouTube if you get a chance to. I have all the past streams on there. Take care.
All right, bye,
Bye.
guys.